What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. It is draft day. It is draft day. One of the best days of the year if you're a hockey fan. I'm super excited for today's draft. I mean, there's been a lot of rumors swirling around in regards to trades. Sorry as I get everything set up here. But yeah, there's been a big trade with DeBrincat going down. Comment in the live stream what you think about that trade. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the return on that one. I thought maybe they were going to be going for a little bit more. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong. I thought they were going to try for a little bit more with Alex DeBrincat. Thanks for everybody that's commenting in the live stream right now. Crazy Tomato 108. I see you, buddy. The pride and joy of Prince George. Let's go, boys. Bruce, there it is. Jacob loves THPN. What's up, buddy? What's up? Jack, what's up, buddy? Let's go. Let's go. Big day. Big day. Fear my Knights. Slav is now the favorite to go first overall in the netting market. Wow. I mean, a lot has changed over the last few weeks. I really thought Shane Wright was a lock to go first overall. But now, a lot of people are saying Slavkovsky, I mean, he could go first overall. I still think the Canadians are going to take Shane Wright. I still think they're going to take the center. Comment who you think they're going to take. Avionics saying 15th isn't too bad. Yeah, as a Canucks fan, 15th, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Shane Wright is going to be a bust, says Jacob. By the way, I'm going to be joined by Bayou Benders in just a few minutes on the stream here, who hosts the Habs Nightly podcast. So a big Montreal guy. So he's going to have some input on the Shane Wright and Slavkovsky debate. Crazy Tomato. I'm hoping the Canucks pick Ivan Marashenko. If he's there, if they don't, they will regret it in 5 years. I don't think I said that right, but it sounded good enough. It sounded good enough. Tony Goodyear saying watching right now from Newfoundland. I love it. Love it. Oh no, not a Montreal fan. Hey, if there's any stream to bring in a Montreal fan, I think it would be the draft. By the way, Pierre Maguire, I'm watching this on I'm watching the draft on Sportsnet while I do the live watch along with you folks. Pierre Maguire back on the panel. I just don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. What do you folks feel about what do you think of Pierre Maguire? What do you think of Pierre Maguire? Aaron Fernandez, what's up? Thanks for joining. There you go with the DraftKings odds. Love it. Love it. Sign up for DraftKings, enter promo code THPN, get some amazing offers. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who goes first overall in this draft. Really, the whole draft order. I mean, I'm looking at a few different mock drafts. I'm looking at a few different rankings here, and I don't know if anybody knows who's going to go in the top 10 here or in what order. So, like Avionics said, if you're a Canucks fan, having that 15th pick isn't too bad. I think this might be a good draft to have a pick kind of in the middle of the first round. You can kind of pick up a few guys that maybe fall in the draft because, again, this one seems like it's kind of all over the place. Hines, 57. St. Slavkovsky go number 1. Right 2. Cooley, 3. Savoie 4, and Gauthier number 5. Yeah, get your top 5 predictions in. I want to hear him. At least your number 1 prediction. Do you think it's going to be Slavkovsky or Wright? Again, I really think it's going to be Shane Wright here, going number 1. Crazy Tomato saying the Miller trade heating up. Yeah, I mean, I thought so, but apparently in the last 24 hours, not much has happened. Maybe with Alex DeBrincat, being off the market now, maybe that pushes Miller's value up a little more. Maybe not value. Maybe it doesn't push up his value, but it pushes other teams to maybe get JT Miller that were in the running for DeBrincat. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do hope the Vancouver Canucks move JT Miller here in the draft just for the sake of having some entertainment, and I do think it would be a good move for the Vancouver Canucks. Jacob, who do you have Vegas picking at that 9th? Who do I think they're going to take at 9? First of all, who do you think they're going to take at 9? I'm looking at some of my rankings here. Some have Matthew Savoie kind of falling in that category. I'm looking at a listing that has Gauthier here at 9. It really depends. I mean, what position are they looking for at the end of the day? Jacob, you know better than I do what position they're looking for over there in Vegas. Hope Miller stays. Well, I mean, there was talks about a potential contract extension being offered to JT Miller, and I do think that's going to happen either way here, even if a trade happens or not. But I don't know. If JT Miller's looking for 8 years and you're the Vancouver Canucks, I think you pass on that. I think you trade him. I think you trade him while his value's still high, while you can still get, what Alex DeBrincat got in a trade. Let's hope. Maybe not quite that. I don't know where GMs value those two different players. DeBrincat is slightly younger. Jack, big question for me this draft is what happens to the Russians. Yeah, that is an interesting topic. And I mean, over the last however long, I mean, it's always kind of been a factor in the draft, but this year especially. I mean, I don't know how some GMs are going to look at it. I'd assume some GMs probably just don't even have any Russians on the board just because they're afraid of, just being able to bring these players over to actually play on their team. Are you dumb? Oh, I think you're responding to Jacob. There you go. Probably a top 5 D-man for Vegas. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the Vancouver Canucks need as well, is a good defenseman. But I don't know if the right defenseman is going to be available at 15. So, I see them probably going for a center, if a center is even available. Michael, who should the Kraken take at number 4? I've heard the name Nemec thrown around. Defenseman, that's always valuable, especially for an expansion team. So I think the Kraken either go. I mean, this is kind of an obvious choice, I know, because I just said this for the Vancouver Canucks, but I think they go for a defenseman or a center at that number 4 pick. You can't go wrong, really. At number 4 in this draft, I don't think you can go wrong. Number 1 and 2 are kind of set. After that, I think there's 3 or 4 players that are kind of in that same ballpark. Fagio, what's up? Thanks for jumping on the stream, buddy. Where does Savoie go? He was in the top 3 at the start of the season. Now he's like in the 5-12 range. Because of his size. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I do see him potentially, like you said, dropping out of the top 5 here. Maybe even as high as 12, 13. I don't know. Like I said, this draft is interesting because I feel like you can kind of take picks 3, to 10, 12, 13 and mix them all up. I really do. I don't think there's much order here. Crazy Tomato. Do you think Podkolzin could get a 50-point season next season if he steps it up? I think 50 points might be a bit much for Podkolzin, former 9th overall draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks. But if he could put up, a solid 40-point campaign, maybe close to 20 goals, I think that would be huge. Danelle, what's up, buddy? What's up? Thanks for jumping on. Martin, what's going on? Thank you so much for jumping on the stream. What do you think about Slavkovsky? Well, he's a damn good player. He's a damn good player. Just watched an interview actually with him, just getting off the bus, just getting into the Bell Center, and he's loving the fact that these Montreal Canadiens fans are booing him. He's absolutely loving it. It's hilarious. Luke Simpson, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for jumping on. We just heard the Abs traded Darcy. Is that something that's happening? I gotta be on Twitter here because things are popping off. Let's see. Let's see if this is true. I'm just seeing the trade from Georgiev. So, anyways, I'm an Edmonton fan, knowing they're going to do something good, but probably not. I don't know. I don't know how active Edmonton is going to be today. I don't know if today is necessarily their day. Maybe they make a few more moves closer to free agency. Maybe that's more where they're active. Danil, did you see that the Oilers released their new jerseys? They're going back to that retro jersey once again. Never liked the Oilers in orange as their home jerseys look kind of weird. You know what my opinion is, Danil, on the Oilers jerseys is I just can't keep track anymore. I cannot keep track of how many different jerseys they've gone through that are just very, very slightly different with a slightly different color code. So I have seen these ones. Yeah, they're kind of like the 80s ones, like you said. I mean, yeah, I don't mind it, I guess. But again, just stick with something. Trane Darcy is dumb as heck. Yeah, there you go. Never liked that orange on the Oilers. Fair enough. Fair enough. Keep the comments rolling in. Do you think JT Miller is going to be traded today? Do you think there's going to be any other big trades today for round 1 of the NHL draft? Comment in the live stream. The Oilers should leave the NHL and everybody will be happy. Oh, you know who I see here in the waiting room actually is Bayou Benders. Bayou, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go here, buddy. There. I'm seeing a hesitant thumbs up. So I'm gonna throw him in the stream here. Benders, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm chilling. I was mid watermelon.
Oh, I brought the guy on the stream mid watermelon, folks.
You're good.
How about that?
You're
How
good.
about that?
What's up, man?
The live chat is buzzing already, Benders. People are pumped. I think
I heard something about the Oilers.
What's that?
I said I heard a little trash talk for the Oilers.
We're always about trash talking the Oilers.
Are you really?
Trash talking their new jerseys and how they change jerseys.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
Goddamn year.
I haven't seen them. Let me go.
Well, it's the same. It's like a retro one. It's like the 80s with the blue rather than the orange.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy Tomato saying Myers is my pick to get traded from the Canucks. All right. Jack saying I hope Miller moves. I need the Canucks to get some value for once. I agree. I hope they move JT Miller. His value is at its highest right now, so you got to move him. Benders, do you think the Canucks are going to move Miller today? Do you think we see that on today's live stream?
Fuck it. They did just sign Brock Besser.
Yeah.
Might free up some space. I think this is a pretty unpredictable draft, and I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I actually thought DeBrincat would get moved for something. Instead, goes to the Senators. Poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy, honestly. I mean, I did not expect the Senators and their return too. I mean, yeah, they get the 7th overall pick, but it's just not quite what I was expecting.
Yeah. If you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan, you've got to be like upset that like you draft well, you develop, these guys come in, they do an amazing job, and then you fucking move them to keep a bunch of old heads around.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think it's just such a long-term plan now of Chicago that they're not even guys in their mid-20s are already too old for them, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard rumors about Kirby Dach being on the trading block as well. And
Jesus.
This guy is what's Kirby Dach, 21, 22? He was just drafted. It's crazy. Richie
One
Flores is saying, I need some mustard for that watermelon, by the way.
No, that was interesting. It did give it like a weird smoky flavor. It was good, but I did get mad indigestion from that. He's talking about
Oh, no.
we did a random off the walls stream with them and Nick Flores. Shout out Nick Flores. We ate some barbecue watermelon and I think mustard watermelon, and it was interesting.
Sounds slightly disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
It was pretty good.
All right. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word. Donald West, what's up, buddy? Thanks for jumping on.
What's going on, Donald?
A lot of people saying Chychrun might get traded today. That's another big name in the market. Another big defenseman out there.
No, I think you're right, and I'm blanking on who it could have been that was kind of seeking him. I saw some rumors on Twitter, but
I think recently I think I heard that the LA Kings might have had interest in him. I mean, I know they've made some other moves, but the Kings are really
stacked right now.
Oh, no, I know the Kings are stacked, but for the Kings though, they're really looking for someone to take over for Drew Doughty, right?
Yeah.
So they want the next big guy. They don't quite have it yet. I mean, they do have some good defensive prospects. So anyways, that's an option, but a guy like Jacob Chychrun, I mean, there's probably 31 teams in the NHL that would like him.
Absolutely. Honestly, I know it's not the same situation, but if we had to accept the trade and move pieces again with Arizona, I wish we would have grabbed Chychrun instead of Dvorak, and it's no slight against him. I think there was a better upsale with that, you know.
I agree. I think looking back, I think you can agree is a slight overpayment, definitely for Dvorak. Again, not a bad player, a guy you want on your team, but at what cost? That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, he was he was being linked to some rumors yesterday involving, I think they were trying to grab the 7th pick with Anderson and Dvorak, and I thought that was a bit steep, but hey, I think he did pretty good. If we do the right thing, we grab someone like Shane Wright. There's going to be someone's got to get moved from the center position, and
yep, that's true.
I don't want to say that like we brought him in to, we brought him in, it didn't work, we moved from him, but different organization, well, different group now. I wouldn't be mind if we shook things up and we shook some pieces that aren't as like diehard fans would fall to pieces if it got moved. I think last year was tough. If he gets moved, it's kind of like you just kind of washing your hands. He went through a shit year. We went through a shit year, and on to better places.
Hey, unfortunately, the Montreal Canadiens won't be getting Chris Letang, so that's unfortunate. Richie Flores saying, after what Chicago got for DeBrincat, I'd rather keep Chychrun. That's fair enough, I guess, and I wonder if some Vancouver Canucks fans are saying the same thing about JT Miller, and maybe some other teams that have some top-end guys on the block here, as we see good old Gary getting on the stage here, ready to make his initial announcement. I mean, I'm not listening to the audio, but I see he's waving in the booze, which I love to see. I love how Gary just plays in to the booze. Love it.
He's a lot. He handles it a lot better than like Roger Goodell does. He just kind of like I expected. Whereas Roger's like, you're supposed to like me, like I hate that you can't stand my fucking guts.
I think Gary's turned it around, and he's almost like he almost feels like people respect him the more that they boo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, like it's a weird dynamic. I can't really explain it. Jack Friedman with another comment. If we're talking about the Oilers, I think they have the same problem they've had for a decade. Great offense, no D, or a good goalie. Builds that way just don't win in the playoffs. No goalie just absolutely killed the Edmonton Oilers. If they had a good goaltender, it would be a different story right now.
So mine's kind of lagging a little bit, but there's a woman on stage with the Islanders jersey, and I'm a little concerned right now.
Is there? I'm not listening to the audio. Should I turn on the audio? Should I be listening to what Gary's saying here?
Well, I can't hear him because I don't want it to mess with the audio here. But there's a woman sitting patiently with the Islanders with an Islanders sweater on, to the right of Gary Bettman, and it's a bit cause for concern for me right now.
Very odd. Okay, so right now, I'm not sure what's going on there. Jack saying I'm still looking at Gary. Fleury, Stefan saying Fleury 7 million for 2 years. Oh, they're talking about Marchment's passing, which very unfortunate. Yes, absolutely sad to hear that. Let's look into this. Stefan saying Marc-Andre Fleury signs a 7-year deal. Did that happen?
I'm pulling that up too.
The Minnesota Wild have signed Marc-Andre Fleury to a 2-year deal worth $3.5 million a season.
I love it.
So Minnesota Wild getting some cheap and good goaltending for the next 2 years. It's not bad. Not bad.
Absolutely. It still can stand on his head. I think he's a great asset to any team. Honestly, Chicago bust last year was I didn't see it. I mean, it could have been expected. I just thought that with the amount of talent they had there, Fleury could have kind of held his own, but it just seemed like nothing was really working with that organization. There was just so much wrong with them last season, even media-wise, obviously. But
I agree. Like, it almost didn't even matter how much talent they had on paper. It just wasn't going to work.
No. I'm trying to look at these Oilers jerseys that y'all were talking about. Very cheap. Exactly, Stefan. It's just the white ones, so they're keeping the shitty dark blue and orange ones, and they've introduced like a new white one, a new away jersey, I'm guessing.
I guess so, but I thought the new main one was like the main blue rather than the orange. Danelle, if you're in the stream, let us know here, because Danelle knows everything about jerseys. He knows way more than I do. DJ Squishy and White Chocolate Chip. Nice username. Our GM and coaches can't do something obvious like get a goalie or waste 15 mil on Keith and Nurse. Yeah. Again, I don't want to rip on the Oilers too much. We'll see what they do this offseason. But, man, when you got guys like Draisaitl and McDavid, you got to do something a little more. Get a good goaltender in there.
Yeah, I think I know the Eric Bear thing kind of went south for them. But I thought you have the pieces offensively. Now you need to work on your goalies. Your defense is okay. It's not amazing, but it can hold you through. You need a solid goalie, or at least a massive defender, a blue liner, and then bring in like Gorgiev. Look what Gorgiev got. Like something like that. Bring in 2 nice tandem guys. I mean, honestly, someone just help Matt Smith if he wants to keep playing. I mean, but
Benders, my problem is like you said with the Georgiev trade, like it doesn't take that much to get a good goaltender in. They don't cost much on the free agent market if you're not signing like Bobrovsky for $10 million, and they don't cost much on the trade market because you can just give away a 2nd-round pick and get a good goaltender in.
Absolutely. I mean, 2 years back, Anton Khudobin has kind of been like lost in the sea of Dallas Stars goalies right now. Yeah. But he was up. Look at Montreal, grab Jake Allen, like re-signed him. Fantastic. Other than just the health issues this year, he was fantastic for us in our run. He was great when he could play for us this year. We just shit the bed around him. I mean, there was nights when he was off, but he ain't really had like a game. Like I know one of our older friends, Tom, just always gave him shit for St. Louis days, but there's great goaltending every fucking year, just waiting to get picked, wanting, a fucking 1-2 year deal, and they'll take it for easy money. You grab 2 of them, you're starting fresh.
I agree. And they never cost that much, right? They're never that expensive. I mean, hell, look at even a couple of years ago with Jacob Markstrom, top goaltender in the free agent market, $6 million. I mean, if you're the Edmonton Oilers, you go back. I mean, I wish they wish they spent $6 million on him rather than Duncan Keith.
Absolutely.
Yeah. By the way, the lady that was up on stage is speaking French, but she's Mike Bossy's daughter.
Oh,
so that's why she had the Islanders jersey. I'm not clear on exactly why she's up there.
Maybe it was. They did something for him because if I'm not mistaken, Mike Bossy was a Montreal native, or at least a Quebec native.
I believe so. I believe so. DJ Squishy, I was saying Reimer for first round, go all in, but they didn't, and Smith flopping by like a fish against Colorado. Yeah, I mean, Reimer for first round, that would have been costly for Reimer.
Yeah.
Crazy Tomato saying it's English now. Well, that's good. Good to know.
Well, now it kind of makes sense with Mike Bossy's daughter. So now Martin Lafleur is speaking, which is Guy Lafleur's son. So
right,
we're kind of getting it now. So they played tribute to Marshman, and now Guy Lafleur and Mike Bossy. This is nice. This is
yep.
nice.
And then Gary comes back on, and they start booing him immediately. I love it. I love it. Okay, they're announcing another special guest here. Martin St. Louis is coming up. I guess they're finally going to make the pick here. I'm assuming. All right. Are you damn sure it's going to be Shane Wright? Like, is it signed, sealed, and delivered at Shane Wright? Or you have a little worry in your heart that it's going to be Slafkovsky?
So the worry's not there. See, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people are like freaking the fuck out. Honestly, if it's Wright, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. If it's Slafkovsky, dude, I'll accept it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Both are going to be great. There's no one that was in this fucking draft that was the standout number one. And Wright was as close as it could be. And we just had our buddy Sebastian High come on the show yesterday for today's episode, to kind of get us in. He's an analyst, does some scouting for Dober prospects. But he had him listed at 5th, Slafkovsky. Honestly, if it's those two, I think it's a crazy year. We missed an entire year of development for these kids and eyes on it. Someone in the fucking 7th round could be the number one. Like, there's just the height of this is it's kind of just everyone's got a fucking asterisk and a question mark.
Well, I mean, look at a player like we talked about in the live chat here earlier, Matthew Savoie. I mean, a couple of years ago, he was projected to be, in the top 2, top 3. And now he's projected number 10, somewhere around there. So a lot has changed. And even with Slafkovsky, I mean, Benders, I don't think 2 months ago anybody was having this conversation.
Fuck no.
No,
far from it.
It was all Shane Wright. So, again, these are all young players. Things change in a matter of months. And it's so tough to read, too. I mean, it's tough to read an 18-year-old and tell if he's going to be a superstar in the NHL. But I don't think they're making a wrong choice with any of these two guys.
No, absolutely not. And, I mean, honestly, I think first, Mason said it best the other day on the podcast. Picking number 1 is the hardest of all. Number 2 gets by far the easiest of picks. It's either number 1 passed on what they thought was the best fucking guy or took the best guy, and you just take the runner-up, or what the consensus thought was the best. It's Montreal's in a tough position, and it's not like next year with Connor Bedard. There was no standout guy that was just light years ahead of everyone else. So if we went either way, honestly, I love the new management. I love the things that Montreal's doing. I will stand by whatever they pick. And if you spent money to go to this and you're gonna fucking boo for whoever they pick for an 18-year-old kid, fucking shame on you, man.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, one thing though, I saw an interview with Slafkovsky outside of the Bell Center, and he's like, "Yeah, a bunch of people are booing me, and I actually really like it. I really like it." So it's like, hey, that's a good attitude to bring towards this. He doesn't care that the Habs fans are booing him. He doesn't care. He's just pumped to be in the NHL.
No, I love that. I love that you brought that up, because he also said that if they don't pick him, he is going to he said something on the lines of watch all the goals that I put in the net every time I play them.
Love it.
So if he doesn't get picked by the Canadians, this kid is going to be fueled by the drive that he wanted to be first overall. We had a comparison where we said that both Shane Wright and Yaroslav Slafkovsky sat on right on the line of cockiness and confidence, and I felt like Shane Wright was more on just a bit on the confident side, and then fucking Slafkovsky is over there on the cocky side. And either
I can see
way,
that a little bit.
either way, if Slavkovsky is not picked first, that kid it's gonna make his entire mission, his rookie year, he's gonna go all out. And then if Montreal doesn't choose him, every game that he plays against them, whether it's what team he plays for, fucking put money on it. He's gonna try his best to run through them. And you gotta love somebody like that. It's a bit cheesy, but if that's your determination and that's your drive, dude, you got to run with it. You got to run with that kid, you know.
And most likely he's going to end up in New Jersey, and he's going to play the Habs a lot. So in the Eastern Conference. So hey, that'll be interesting to see. And also with New Jersey, if he goes to the Devils, they have a lot of young talent there. Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt. I mean, they got a bunch of young players, so he'd be a great addition to that team.
Absolutely. And I mean, shit.
Ivan Miro is going to be insane, saying "Crazy Tomato." There we go.
Oh yeah. Then there's the talk of Johnny Hockey going to New Jersey. Dude, someone that big on the wing. I think he's like 229, 6'1", 6'2", somewhere around that. That's a massive kid, No,
and a guy that can put up that many points. I mean, there's only a handful of guys like that in the league right now. And you got to think that Calgary has to make a change of some kind. I mean, they've really had the same core for, what would you say, like 5 years or so, like half a decade. And they've always been a good, like an okay regular season team, but they just fall flat on their face every single time in the playoffs. And it's unacceptable. You can't just keep rolling like that. You got to make some changes.
No, you have to make changes. But honestly, it's like, in their eyes, they're seeing themselves get so close every time that they're just banking on like a minor change, like one person. Like one person's going to make that difference. And more or less, I don't think it's going to be one person to make the difference, but it's not going to be that many. You're so close. There's just a few things you need to tweak, but every year they just seem to we're going to try one thing. Like, don't look for an overhaul, but just try something, try a little bit more than one guy, or I don't know.
No, I agree. And I think the tough part is right now, I think the Flames are realizing that it's not just like little tweaks here and there that they might have to make. Is they might have to shake it up and, like you said, move a Goudreau, like move a core piece and really change things up in the locker room there. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Again, this offseason is going to be crazy. We've listed how many teams and talked about how many teams that are going to be making big moves or should make big moves. It's going to be fun. And I really hope that we see a couple trades here in the first round today.
Yeah. Excuse me. Been awfully quiet. I know we got a long offseason ahead of us, but I was expecting some big shit coming. Like, anything after lunch today, I thought my phone was going to be blowing up.
Well, hey, DeBrincat did happen, which was a big trade. So, hey, we can't complain too much. Faggio saying Elliot Friedman saying, as we wait for the first pick, not sure of all the particulars, but believe something is up with Vancouver and the New York Islanders. Interesting.
Oh, Lord.
Richie saying Bobby Marks just spoiled the pick. Is it Shane Wright?
Oh, my God.
I thought it would be Frank Saravalli spoiling the pick as he did in the
dude,
he
was brutal.
Most hated man by the Seattle Kraken. He's on the top of their kill list.
We did that live stream and we all just kind of sat around because there was nothing to really give the people.
It was basically the Frank right stream. Yep, Frank was right. Like the whole time. It's crazy.
Oh shit.
But folks, keep those comments rolling in. Keep them rolling in. Keep your predictions coming in. Who's going to go where? Who are the Habs going to pick? I mean, I guess Bob McKenzie spoiled it. I guess we already know. It's going to be Shane Wright, I'm assuming. I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything, and like I'm trying not to look, but I'm sure it's going to pop up. But they had they showed him playing. Oh man, I'm blanking on her name, but they showed him playing some NHL yesterday, and he's playing with the Canadians. Like he said he's played with this team his entire life. It's like
right.
This kid is just like making the effort to let the Montreal Canadian fan base, the organization, like everyone know that like he is so down to play with us. And you got to love that. You got to love that, especially after such a tough year we had. The kid just wants to come. In one of his interviews, he said that like he's not afraid of what he's coming into and that he wants to help bring a winning culture back to Montreal. And how can you not be behind that?
Man, and a player that's ready to jump in, the fire that is the Montreal Canadiens. It's not an easy market to play hockey in. You're under the microscope. Not everybody loves it, but hey, if you find a guy that's down to do that, you take that and run every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Slafkovsky is number one. Slafkovsky goes number one.
Shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Wrong. I can't. I mean, I can't believe it.
It's awesome.
But wow.
Look, man, I'll stick by it. I was really hyped about this kid. Holy shit! I was really hyped about him, and I don't want to say I fell off him, but it just seemed to be slating towards more of Shane Wright. I'm not upset by this at all. I'm not upset. Honestly, I'm just kind of ready.
Kevin saying L pick. Richie saying the betting markets were on it. Well, I mean, I'm still a little bit shocked. I really am, just because leading up to the draft, I mean, Benders, better than anybody. The hype around Shane Wright was there. And there we go. Slafkovsky is number one.
Wow. And honestly, dude, there's been a lot of people shitting on Greg McCagg like for the past month about this fucking pick, and the fact that he was right about it. It's fucking wild, dude. He's probably gonna go on a fucking rampage right now. Like
that's hilarious,
out of the fucking roof.
There you go, Slafkovsky, number one. Wow.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are that are fucking upset, trying to keep their composure. But I mean, look, man.
Here's my question. Okay, Benders, is Nico Hischier a center? I don't know if you would know. I'm gonna look right now. Yeah, he's a center. So the New Jersey Devils have Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier down the center. My question to you, I mean, I think they do take Shane Wright, obviously, because I mean, it's kind of a perfect situation, like you said, with the number 2 pick, but they already have some good young centers. I mean, is there a chance maybe they go off the board? I don't know.
No, I think you grab him. He's the next best one, and I think I said it last episode. I think Mason was the one who said it, and I love it. You draft centers and you trade for fucking wingers. So
yeah,
why not?
I agree.
You show some of that core group that's in there in New Jersey. Look, man, they got a kid who really fucking wants it. He could be a difference maker. You need to step your game up, because when he's ready to come in, somebody's got to get moved. And those names, those are some big names. Those will move for great prices. So I would go with them, honestly.
There we go, folks. Wow. First overall pick is in. Slafkovsky is first overall pick. Wow. And all Jacob cares is that it's 1 pick down and 8 to go till Daddy Knight's pick. Love it. Well, thanks, Jacob. By the way, thanks for staying on this live stream and watching the draft with us. And that goes for everybody watching this live stream. Thank you so much. This is why we do it. We love interacting with you folks with the live comments. It's a good time. We're just hanging out, eating watermelon, having a good time.
I could virtually send you some.
There you go. I would love that.
It's been fantastic. The watermelon this season, I don't know what it is, man. Apologize to people that might think that's a little rude. The watermelon has been fucking fire down here lately. I don't know if that has anything to do with like maybe it's like impending massive hurricane coming, but it's been fucking great.
Man, I gotta tell you, this has been probably the coldest and wettest summer I've ever experienced in my life. It's awful. It doesn't even feel like goddamn watermelon season here. It's terrible.
Dude, it stormed. It stormed all fucking week. I've been wet all fucking week.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm not alone then.
Today it stormed, not in the morning. It stormed at like fucking 3 PM, and I got fucking soaked. And I was like, "This is fantastic! Like, this is how I get sick." You know.
Brutal.
I'm reading on Twitter. Habs are trading up with Jersey to pick Shane Wright second. They did this on purpose to fuck with us. That would blow my motherfucking mind.
That would be incredible. What a troll job that would be. Oh man, that would be kind of amazing. Jacob is not a big fan of watermelon, saying it's dog ass.
Watermelon is dog ass.
Well, big words come from Jacob.
I'm sorry. You must have got like a really bad one. Must have got a bad one. I don't think there is bad watermelon, other than like the ones that like you go to buy it, you cut into it, and it's just fucking white and orange.
No, trash.
Must have been what he had. I don't know.
Probably. I agree. Crazy Tomato is still losing his shit. Yeah. Hey, I agree. This is an exciting day too as a hockey fan. I love the draft because there's, trades that go on, obviously the draft part of it, and unexpected picks. It's booing Gary. It's a good time. I love it. I love it.
It's all we've got until the season comes back.
I know it is. We really got to make this excitement last a whole fucking summer.
But it definitely sets the tone for like the offseason acquisitions. Like, the draft is gonna kind of set in stone what is gonna happen. Let's see who they grab. Okay, well, you see someone like you're saying with New Jersey, if they grab Shane Wright, then someone on that C core is their eyes got to be a little nervous. They got to be a bit concerned. There might be a big move to move them to grab an asset that'll benefit Shane Wright, or another line.
Yeah, because if you're the New Jersey Devils, just throwing it out there, you draft a Shane Wright and you think he's going to be really good, you could explore, Nico Hischier for a really good young defenseman. You could do that. Danelle saying, well, really Canadians, they took him. I'm shocked. Devils going to draft Shane Wright right now. There you go. Yeah, I agree. Kevin, thank you for joining. Devils are going to be fun to watch very soon. I agree. We talked about that earlier. A lot of young talent on that team.
Absolutely.
Jacob loves THPN saying, all right, Knights, let's trade up to 5 so we can have a good D-man. There we go. I don't know if I see the Vegas Golden Knights being too active today on the draft floor, but we'll see.
A lot of thoughts about Seattle. Seattle's has got to make some type of big move. They got a lot of draft picks. They've stockpiled. I'm kind of interested in seeing what they try to accomplish.
And Seattle's just been the most boring expansion team. Let's be honest. Compared to all the action from Vegas, they haven't done anything. Danelle saying, the guy in the live stream with you for the Canadians, is he mad that the Canadians didn't draft Shane Wright? Well, that's Benders, by the way. So Danelle. Benders, are you mad that the Canadians didn't draft Shane Wright?
Actually, no. I was kind of hyped either way. This isn't, I said this a little earlier, this isn't like next year, like Connor Bedard status. Like, there was no true, in my mind anymore, no true leader in this draft class. So, if we wanted to grab somebody that'll, work really well with our young core, or try to set in stone another center, how we wanted to do it, was kind of up in the air. I loved once Mason told me to go look at this fucking freak, and I started watching some of his highlights. I fell in love with the kid. I think he's got a great upside. He's not the quickest, but the kid's 230 pounds. So,
there you go.
Excited. It's a chance for us. I'm sorry. It's a chance for us to kind of fix the narrative, like with Canadians fans, that when we draft like a big European guy, like KK, it doesn't seem to work out. We don't know how to develop them right or implement them right. This is a great chance for the new group to show. Well, not show, because we're not trying to make him an example, but to do it the right way. So,
Benders, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I was talking about this. I threw this out there saying they already have depth at center. Do they go for a defenseman? Richie saying Nemec, who is the first defenseman in this draft. Highest ranked defenseman going to New Jersey. And Faggio also saying, Elliot Friedman is saying Devils may be going D.
Excuse me, they got Martin Brodeur up right now. So
yeah, he's just finishing up his Enterprise rental car ad right now.
Gotta get that money, baby.
Gotta get that money. That's hilarious. Very interested to see if they do take the defenseman here. Let's see. Also, Crazy Tomato saying Miller to the Islanders not confirmed. That would be huge.
Ooh.
Making the pick. Yep, Nemec. They picked the defenseman. Wow.
Dude, Shane Wright is gonna go to fucking Arizona probably.
Hey, Richie, you must be just jacked right now. You are getting Shane Wright at number 3. Wow. This has been a hell of a draft so far. Wow, 2 Slovaks being picked, number 1 and 2. I don't know if that's ever happened. Richie is just pumped on Shane Wright.
You should be, Guys falling into your lap.
Shane Wright. This is just I'm personally a little bit stunned, even though I kind of predicted them picking this defenseman. I'm still stunned that both number 1 and 2 picks were kind of not necessarily off the board, but not what everybody was thinking, not the consensus picks. So I don't know. It's been a crazy draft, and we're only 2 picks in so far. And A.T. Miller might get traded. Man, there's shit just going down.
It's gonna be crazy. Wow, dude.
Shane Wright is pissed off right now. Yeah, Shane Wright's gonna play in a smaller rink. If he gets drafted by the
Hey man, look, small rink or not,
it's cozy.
That is an opportunity for all fans to like basically watch the best of the best, almost like, I mean, it's obviously live in person, but like right in front of you. Like, there's no bad seats.
Yeah.
There's not a single one. They're gonna be expensive as fuck, dude. But like, it's like the NFT of watching hockey right now.
It really is.
And they got 3 years of it. Apparently, we'll see how that works. But like this first year, like I have got to get to Arizona and see this. I talked to Richie about this the last time we were on. There's just something about it. Like, it just sounds like too cool to pass up. Like, this is something that you can say you did. Like I fucking saw like Alex Ovechkin or Shane Wright, Austin Matthews, fucking Carey Price if he ever comes back. Like an opportunity to see this. Like you could see the sweat on their fucking faces.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, and it's like it's not something you're ever going to be able to experience again. I mean, I can't see the NHL playing in a small rink like this.
I think the last time this has ever happened, it was with Calgary when they were building the Saddle Dome.
Right.
And they played in a very small place like this. And I can't remember it ever happening. I don't think I was even around for that. But
yeah, that was a long time
ago.
Any
bit of research I saw, it led back to that. So honestly, I'd go to ASU.
Yeah, no, exactly. Danelle saying, well, in the Devils draft, Nemec Devils made a mistake by not drafting right. He was sitting right there. Yeah, nice Danelle. Nice, I mean, I don't know what to say, buddy. It's been a crazy draft. Just like Stefan saying, what a draft. Michael, thanks for joining us. What position does Wright play? Shane Wright is a center. So I think one of the reasons why the Devils didn't take Shane Wright was that they have so much strength right now at center. Here's the thing, though. I don't know. It depends how you look at drafting. Do you always draft best player available, or do you draft by position? Because clearly the Devils are showing that they're ready to draft by position and not by best player available. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe they do think he's best player available, but that's what it seems like to me.
I think they feel comfortable in a position where they feel like they have what they need. They don't need to draft the best player available. They feel they have the pieces that that'll get them, back to the height of New Jersey. Now they're just trying to find the core members that'll help what they've already established. So if you're a center in New Jersey, you're fucking just having a ball right now. Like you feel like your spot is good, like
Yep.
I
Yeah,
just gotta work on
exactly.
my game.
How does Hughes and Heischer and all these other centers in New Jersey, they must feel pretty good seeing Shane Wright not coming the other way. Jacob saying Shane is coming to Vegas.
Dude, if he falls, wow.
Michael saying right to
Right,
the. I would
right to
love
the
that.
Kraken.
I would love Shane Wright to
That would be
the
pretty
Seattle
cool.
Kraken.
That'd be, you know what, dude? If only they had gotten third, honestly, because I think Arizona's going to go and grab him. Why not?
Yep.
But new organization, a brand new start. Kid becomes the face of the franchise. What a great, what a great opportunity. The kid was projected first. It's a great story. Goes to, falls to 4, goes to the new expansion, and it helps them build a culture there. It'd be it's a movie, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. Sorry, I'm just refreshing my Twitter feed. I'm trying to see what's going on with JT Miller here. I mean, it's heating up. A lot of people are talking about it. Apparently, this deal is happening with the Islanders. Crazy Tomato even saying in here, Devils didn't get Fiala, DeBrincat passed on Wright, and the Islanders got JT Miller. So I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I didn't really think the Islanders would be in the running for a JT Miller, but I've been wrong before. Right to Vegas again. Just really pushing that.
Just spam it, baby.
Yeah, just manifest that into the world and it'll happen. All right, the Coyotes coming up to make their pick here.
How do you feel about the rebranding and bringing back the Kachina?
I personally like it. You don't like it? Here's the thing. You're gonna sell a lot more, and you're gonna get more people interested with the Kachina than their modern look.
See, all right, look, like I'm not the biggest fan of the red, whatever they call it, the desert dog, the howler.
Right.
Their white jersey with that was beautiful. I thought it was the best away jersey in the fucking league with a little bit of black on the sleeve.
Right.
I don't know. I think that the Kachina, even if you make it the main one, I thought it was wrong to completely scrap the Coyote howler head. I thought that was a great design. It looked great on jerseys, and now it's just in the scrapbooks for this pixelated fucking 90s.
Hey, it is
Art Deco.
It is an odd look. I will give you that. It is an odd one, but the people seem to love it. And I think if you're a business, you gotta just jump on that. People,
if you're getting your sales through it, like they're dealing with enough,
Exactly.
money problems there. If this is boosting it for them, by all means. But I just think that to scrap your second, your second design completely,
I agree.
Kind of crazy.
No, I mean, when you think about some players like, I don't know, Shane Doan, I mean, that's the jersey that I picture him in, not the Kachina, right? Rainiel, what's up? And Jacob,
what's up,
thank you so much for jumping in the stream here. All right, Coyotes, make the damn pick. I think they got to go Shane Wright. I really do. Let's see.
He fell into your lap. How do you not? A bit of a struggling franchise. How do you not try to get a cornerstone? Like you build around the center, so.
Exactly. And especially for an organization that needs some good news. God.
Bobby Margarita is saying Logan Cooley.
Oh my Lord.
Shit.
Let's see. That sun has fried their brains, folks. Logan Cooley is selected.
Oh, he's going to go to Seattle. God. Dude, this is so badass. Like,
this is unreal.
This is wild.
Wow. This is
a Caulfield all over again.
This is crazy. Yeah, I have been wrong 5 times already in this draft. Like, oh man, you gotta think that the Kraken take Shane Wright. We just said how awesome that would be.
Dude, wow. How many times if they skip on him, how many times are we just gonna keep it alive by saying fucking Philly has got to grab Shane Wright, like
I swear to God, the Abs are gonna take him. Wow. Yeah, Kevin,
Wow.
I am kind of stunned as well. Like I said, the New Jersey pick, I'm not going to say I predicted it, but I said, hey, there might be a scenario where this happened. Obviously, the Slavkovsky pick, there was a scenario everybody talked about it where he might go number 1, but this pick is really, to me, the surprising one. Michael, your right to Seattle dream is still alive. Absolutely. Richie, are you pumped on Cooley? Good name. Good hockey name, I will say.
Gonna whip ass, baby.
Wow, this has been a draft.
Like Mason just text me. What the fuck is happening?
Jacob saying Wright must be sad now. I'm sad for him, even though those guys are awesome. Well, hey, here's the thing: if you're Shane Wright, if you end up on a decent organization, I mean, yeah, sure, you're not number 1, 2, or 3, but you're still being drafted in the top 10.
I'm seeing some disgruntlement in Mason. He seems to not be happy with us not picking Shane Wright.
Oh, really? Well, tell him that 2 other teams didn't take him either. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this guy. But imagine how it must be Shane for me. Yeah, I know, and like I have like a draft guide here in front of me, and it's the Shane Wright draft, and like it's hilarious. The poor guy. Oh, they're showing him right now. He's pissed. They just zoomed in on his face. Oh, I feel bad.
You got to use it. You got to use it in your career.
Yeah, I agree.
Give him,
a trade. Hold on, trade. All right, I'm turning up my volume for this.
The Montreal Canadiens.
2 trades to announce. Oh, let's see. 2 trades. Let's go, baby.
Holy shit.
This has been a crazy draft already.
No shit, Gary.
Canadians are involved. Let's see what happens here.
Let's go.
Moving up to get Shane Wright. Trade number 1. Romanov. Pick number 98. Canadians have acquired pick number 13 for Romanov.
Fuck that. That is so fucked.
Well, hold on. Canadians then trade pick number 13 for Kirby Dach. The Canadians have acquired Kirby Dach in exchange for that pick, and they just flipped it. Wow.
Holy
wow.
Fuck. What the fuck, dude?
What the fuck, bro?
Holy
this
shit.
has been a draft. Jack's saying he likes Carey. He doesn't care. Wow.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit, Benders.
Dude, like, I'm very upset about Romanov, but we don't need Shane Wright. We just grabbed the kid who's had great prospecting, great development.
Wow.
All he's got is an L-shaped, S-shaped fucking wrist, but the kid's got it. Like,
this
holy shit.
That is a
damn.
Benders, this whole draft has just been a shocker. Let's go. Like, wow. Michael saying, I don't know who any of these guys are. Look up Kirby Dach on Hockey DB, former 3rd overall draft pick, a center. So now will be part of the Montreal Canadiens. Romanov, great defenseman. Dude, going to the Islanders.
I loved him. When you first met him, big hits. He had a great offensive mind for it, but just wasn't really being utilized right, especially under Dom Ducharme. It seemed like any little bit of mistake he made, he lost time. They never trusted him. They scratched him for shit. And I don't think that was right. You can't really do that with a guy. If you've decided to bring him up, he's got to make mistakes on ice to learn and get it right. And it was like he would do something that would put him in a position. He tried to be an offensive defenseman. He couldn't really. His transition was tough, but I just don't understand how you could penalize him for trying to learn his game. And Dom Ducharme like literally took his game that was like this fucking big and then just tried to compile it to like a small fucking like almond-sized bullshit.
Right.
And he just kind of lost it. But you know what? Like the Montreal Canadiens have a massive depth pool of fucking like we have an entire Costco Amazon warehouse of fucking defensive prospects.
Yeah.
And I'm just sad that Romanov is not going to be a key piece to this. I know Mason is probably like fucking freaking out. I'm excited to watch some our buddy Ryland, his best friend is probably videotaping him have a fucking meltdown right now. But what a return.
Wow, what a return. And I guess that shows you that, you know, maybe the Canadians didn't think that highly of Shane Wright, where they thought that Kirby Dach might be a suitable replacement at center instead of getting Shane Wright. So hey, it's some bold moves from the Canadians here.
I got to think that, you know, we don't have. I'm not gonna say we don't have past it, but you would got to think now like Dvorak's probably on the move.
Yep.
I think Jake Evans has been pretty fire. I personally, wow, now I'm blanking, but
it's all good. There's so much going on here.
like my mind's fucking blown. Like I didn't think we were moving like a key that was going to be a cornerstone for this team, but then again, not the same organization. And I've said it since the horrible fucking season, and we got, you know, we got Hughes and Gordon that whatever they decide to do, I'm going to trust the process. They fucking Gordon did fantastic in New York. He helped build that Bruins team. I gotta stand by it. And I honestly hope Shane Wright goes to Seattle. I think this is like, it's like a fairy tale. It's like a fucking Disney Plus story in the making. So
Shane Wright to the Seattle Kraken. There you go, baby. That's a home run pick. Home run pick again. I'm gonna get some of the comments here. I'm gonna catch up a little. Zach, what's up? Thank you so much for jumping on the stream. Yes, the Kraken just picked Shane Wright. There we go. Right to Seattle. You are right.
That's fantastic, dude. Now we don't have to look like fucking idiots as we just expect him to go to the next one.
I know. Every pick.
But that's the draft, dude. Someone just said on my Twitter, this is the most actually Chase Crawshaw from fucking THPN. This is the most fun NHL draft in history. It has been great, honestly.
I'm really glad that we decided to do this watch along. Like, yeah, this has been nuts. No shortage of things for us to talk about and keep the conversation going. It's been awesome. Yeah, like Kevin said, there it is. Finally, Stefan saying absolutely. This is crazy.
This is fucking crazy. This is nuts.
Jack saying, what was the second trade? So the initial trade was Romanov for the 13th overall, and then the 13th overall in the third. And a 13th overall, and what was it, third round pick? Yeah, so a third round pick. Yeah. It's the first pick in the third round. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the 13th and a third round pick in exchange for Kirby Dach.
Dude,
so
that phone for Montreal is on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Lauren, what's up? Thank you so much for jumping on.
Let's go
Ducks. Actually, we got a couple of Ducks fans here.
Flag. All right.
Kevin's also Ducks fan. Wow. Philadelphia, I mean, I kind of feel bad for them because they were probably sitting there just crossing their fingers that Shane Wright was going to fall. And now they don't even get, to pick the number one defenseman, Nemec, who's already been snagged up in this draft by the New Jersey Devils. I guess they kind of get the last pick in the top 5, and it really seems that way, that they are getting probably the 5th best player in this draft. But I guess that's not a terrible thing. It's just unfortunate that, a team that struggled like that for a while doesn't get Shane Wright. At the end of the day, for me, it's a 2.5-hour drive down to Seattle for me to go watch Shane Wright. I'm pumped. I get to watch this guy play live, so I'm excited.
Well, I mean, look, like we kind of talked about it not that long, like, a little bit ago in the pod. Not the podcast, the fucking live stream. they're still Matt Savoy. There's some great picks out there, and Matt Savoy, who just a couple of years ago was like stouted to being like first to third. There's still some really great guys out there. Like I don't think that 1 to 10, is going to pick anybody that's not going to be a great player for their organization if built right. But I still think they're in a great position. I just feel bad for whoever's going there because it's going to be strictly fucking military style in Philly for a while.
True.
But
true.
Honestly, whoever's 7th has got to be fucking scared shitless because we've just in fucking 20 minutes of talking. The Brinket's already gone. Fucking Kirby Doc's already gone. Like
Crazy.
Anyone they develop, anyone that they pick is on a hot train. But you know what? They go somewhere and they normally are like massively more successful.
That's true. That is a good point.
Hopefully it's like, get great development from them. They'll move you to a team that, that can really, utilize what you bring. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Man, it's going to be interesting. I don't think the trades are done here. I still think, Vancouver's picking at 15. JT Miller, that's a huge name. I think something might happen before that pick. The Columbus Blue Jackets, that's another team. They've also, I think they're looking to make some moves as well. So it'd be interesting to see if they even pick at number 6. I mean, they probably will, but if a team was to trade and acquire some, actual on ice talent right now, I feel like the Columbus Blue Jackets might be a candidate for that because they've lost so many good players over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm. And like you were saying, like it's almost like a new regime coming in over there too. It's got to be a little bit easier with a bit of a coaching change there. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they trade this pick. Like, I don't want to say that the best are gone from the first round. By all means, that's not fucking true. But if the guy that you want is not there, you can fucking get something really good and still drop somewhere lower in the first round and still pick up someone really badass because this is such a a washed draft in the fact that there's not as much coverage and like eyes on these kids growing up because we lost a year and a half due to COVID. Anybody with the right mind and the right abilities is gonna be a game changer for their fucking organization, whether it's fucking first or 250th.
No, that's so true. And like something is to be said for, this being the first draft in person for 2 years. Maybe that's why we're seeing a lot of these trades come down. I mean, yeah, you can still do these trades over the phone on Zoom or whatever, but I feel like you get all 32 GMs and their staffs
and they're all in the same room. Yeah,
exactly. That's when the sparks start to fly. So let's see what happens. Jack saying, what would you want to see for Miller? I don't know what his value is other than high.
Very high.
I think the Vancouver, very high. I think the Vancouver Canucks, I don't know if they're looking for draft picks. I think they're looking for really solid young players. So, let's say a former top 5 draft pick, in the last couple of years, a player like that with maybe a defenseman that can step in right away. Maybe if that prospect isn't as good as they'd hoped, maybe you do throw in a first round pick or a second round pick. The value, I guess, would be something like DeBrincat, Benders. I don't know what you think, but I think they're kind of similar players as far as production. Miller's a couple years older, but still they're mid to late 20s. I think you can look at DeBrincat's value and kind of compare it to Miller.
No, absolutely. Sure. I feel like Miller has, I don't want to say shown a little bit more, but you kind of know what you're getting with JT Miller.
Yep. No, absolutely. I just want to answer this question. Michael, is the second round shown or just the first? I believe on most channels, just the first round. On NHL Network, they showed the second round as well, and all the other rounds. Cutter Gauthier, drafted 5th overall.
I didn't want to cut you off, but
sorry.
a little bit of a pun.
Benders, next time cut me off, especially when the guy's name is Cutter.
Right? Yeah.
Cutter barely knew her.
We should have fell in it.
Yeah, exactly. Cutter like scissors.
Fantastic.
I don't know. I'm not listening, so it could be French, could be couture. I don't know. I think it's Cutter though.
I hope that's his locker room name. You know, they call him Scissors or Scissors. You know, like
Yeah,
something.
they call him
A good
Blades or
playoff.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Blades. Like, my man's got a sick fucking, you know, some drippage down the back.
yeah,
Little
love
Mississippi mud flap.
it. Lauren, who should the Ducks take at pick number 10? Hey, I'll say this: if Savoie is at 10, you pick him up. I think he's a really talented player. We've talked about him being, projected to be in the top 3, as early as last year. Still really talented. That's who I think the Ducks should take at number 10 if he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Neither, actually, Jacob. Neither of those. This has been a hell of a draft. Looking at my draft rankings, they have Gauthier where they have him at number 9. So he ends up going at number 5. Like I said, man, I mean, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, Benders. I thought coming into this draft, like the top 3 were kind of set, and after that, you can mix them up. Mm-hmm. No, you can just mix up everybody in this first round.
Well, I got Bobby Marks pulled up right now, and he does have him at 5th, and he's been more or less correct.
Okay, fair enough.
Something about Bob.
Okay, Bobby Marks, number 6. Who does Bobby have?
He's got Juracek.
Gotcha. Defenseman,
which I've probably fucking butchered, but yeah.
That sounds good. I think you nailed it. That's how I would have said it. Jacob saying, do you expect a Russian player in the first round? No, I don't.
Yeah, that is kind of tough with them having to do a year of service. But you know what? Someone's gonna take a risk on that, and I don't know if it's gonna be maybe. You know what? The Montreal Canadiens might. They still got one more pick in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. There was a fucking onslaught of trades that went on in the beginning. It still got my mind like fucking jumbled, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Russian, but it is going to be late because someone's going to be willing to take that risk. And
do you think someone's going to take that risk in the first round?
We took a risk last year, but understandably, it was a different organization.
Well, and a different political situation.
Crazy. Yeah, absolutely. I think someone. There's some great Russians out there this year, but I think someone's might take one. Honestly, I think it will happen. I don't want to say might because I'm on this tangent that it's going to happen, but I think someone is.
Crazy Tomato
risk
saying,
it for the biscuit.
Ivan Miroshenko. I'm just gonna that's how I'm gonna say his name. I don't care if it's said some other way. That's how I'm gonna say it.
Shanichenko.
Yeah, that's too much. He's saying he isn't going back to Russia. Fair enough. If you weren't in Russia right now, I would assume you're not going back to Russia.
Yeah, right.
Put that out there. Golden Knights, big Golden Knights fan, Rainiel. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. He is in Germany right now. There you go.
Stay in Germany.
Yeah, exactly. Faggio. Apparently Miller was going to go to the Isles for pick 13, but then the Canadians intervened with the deal and instead Romanov went to the Isles. Here's the thing. I don't know if that's true because I just feel like JT Miller has a bit more value than Romanov. I mean, Romanov's a great player, but JT Miller is putting up almost 100 points.
Okay, but what about this? So like in the same type of way that New Jersey felt that, they went outside of the box, they grabbed someone different. What if, the Islanders have been fantastic in the playoffs. This was just a bump in the road. What if they feel like they already have the core that they're going to move with? They just need to grab some pieces that might utilize, put them back in the right direction without a full rebuild.
But here's the thing, Benders. Here's my thing. If you're the Islanders and you have this 13th overall pick, and you can either take JT Miller or Romanov, I think you're taking Miller, at least right now.
You know what? I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But we're not dealing with someone like that. We're dealing with Lou Lamoriello.
Yeah, that's very true.
We're dealing with the dinosaur himself. This man is like, I like the cut of this kid's cloth, and that's what we're sticking to.
He's got a good family. And
I do feel a bit bad because we've kind of seen it with the Islanders is that they keep everyone on a bit of a short leash, and I feel like Romanov has the ability to kind of go with the flow a little bit on the ice, and I don't think he's going to be able to play that style. I feel like he's going to get suffocated, kind of like he did under Ducharme, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Lauren's excited for what Pat Verbeek will do as GM. That will be interesting. Jacob saying, I think maybe some Russian players had a chance, but then it happened with Fedorov and now with Kaprizov. Yeah, the Kaprizov situation is very, very interesting.
It's been nuts.
Yeah, also the top-ranked Russian is sick now. Interesting. Benders, I think what we're going to do after the Columbus pick is announced, we're going to take a quick break. It's been...
I need more watermelon.
Yeah, we need more watermelon. I need to run to the washroom quick. But yeah, we'll keep the stream going. We'll see what Columbus comes in with the number 6 pick. And then we'll take a quick break, probably just a couple minutes, folks. So keep the comments rolling in. See what Columbus does here.
I'm loving this mustache. I'm sure he's around the same age, but a little Joel Quenneville. Maybe not the best name to bring up right now, but nice mustache.
Well, then Yarmo jumps on, and the guy doesn't even have eyebrows. Yeah. Not a single hair on this guy's face.
Fucking hairless.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, David Juracek. All right.
Juracek. There you go.
Wow.
Bender's the insider. Announced it before it was official. I love it.
I'm so sorry. I thought you meant like I was getting the feed earlier.
Oh, no.
I'm just following Big Bob, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. Taking credit for Bob's work. I love it.
That's right. You want some more insiders? Please give us a follow.
Exactly. That's hilarious. Oh, his family is just fucking jacked. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Columbus. You get another good young defenseman. Good young defenseman. That's what you always want. All right, Benders. Let's take a quick break. Go get some more.
Lose Seth Jones. So
yeah, and by the way, while we're on break, JT Miller will be traded. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, folks. We'll be back in about 3.5 minutes.
All right, teams, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We picked one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring! 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
All right, folks, we are back. Benders has some more watermelon ready to go.
I actually do.
Nice. That's awesome. Awesome. Chicago's up next with their pick. Get your predictions in. Who do you think Chicago's going to pick? At number 7, Miro's in Germany. He said he won't go back. Been more excited about my Ducks than Angels. Good to know. Good to know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always more excited about the hockey team than baseball teams. So, Angels have no future under current ownership. I can't comment. I really can't.
I don't know much about the MLB baseball. My dad's a big SEC college fan. I've always
Nice.
in the South. We ain't had a fucking team down here, you
Mm.
know. So it's always been just kind of following the college kids. I think that's a little bit more where it's at. I would go to a baseball game, but
Benders, what's the closest MLB team to you?
It's a good question. Probably the Houston Astros.
Okay, so still that's pretty far still.
Yeah. That's a 6-hour trip.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we had a I don't know what level it was. It was a farm team for some group. We did have they were the New Orleans Zephyrs for a bit, which was a better name, and then we turned into the fucking New Orleans Baby Cakes, which was a fucking horrendous shit
Baby
show.
Cakes?
Go look up the mascot. It is like evil.
The New Orleans Baby Cakes.
Dude. Sick logo because it was like N-O, and the O was like a king cake, right? So that was sick. But fuck, was it a bad look?
Folks, if you don't want to sleep tonight, search up New Orleans Baby Cakes and look at the mascot. That is terrifying.
Boy, that was crazy.
Who thought this was a good idea? That's incredible. Wow.
Yep. Now we have a rugby a national rugby team playing where the Baby Cakes used to.
Oh Jesus. Hopefully they're not called the Baby Cakes.
No, it's NOLA Gold. Just how original can you get? We can't get hockey here.
Yeah.
We'll get every other sport first.
All right.
The pick is in.
Pick is in. Coming up to make it.
Honestly, they can go with anything. They've lost so much.
Doesn't even matter. What's your pick? Let's start guessing here. Let's give our predictions before they make it. Who's Chicago picking?
Dude, they got to go Matt Savoy.
Matt Savoy. I'm saying Connor Geekie.
Connor Geekie? Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying Connor Geekie. You're saying Savoy. Or Savoy. I don't know which one it is.
It's probably Savoy. I'm just fucking butcher everything. You know what? Frank Nazar. Why not?
Let's see what happens. Kyle Davidson up here to make the pick. I mean, can we just get past the whole thank you to the host city? Like
they shouldn't be allowed to thank anybody. They're in so much fucking trouble. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like Garrett, say the pick, shake his hand, get the fuck off the stage.
Oh, here he is. Kevin Korchinski.
Wow.
Talk about another off the board pick. I have him here listed on one list at 13 and one at 10.
So Big Bob's got him at 11, so we'll call it a wash.
A bit off the board. Not too far. I mean, it's been a trend so far in this draft being off the board, but interesting pick.
The fucking scouts are probably like, what the fuck is our job here for? Like,
I guess some scouts are getting fired after this draft. I'll tell you that. What do these guys know? I love it. A case of pop and $2 for the Hawks. All right. 2 more to go, baby. It'll be interesting to see what the Knights do. I mean, I don't even. You could have given me 10 guesses, Benders, and I don't think I would have guessed Korchinski for the Blackhawks. So
good on them to try to rebuild the defensive core, though.
Yeah.
This is a big one. I forgot who talked about him a little while ago before the break, but we got not New Jersey. We got the Red Wings coming up, and the Red Wings have hit it hot with Lucas Raymond and Moritz Seider. So whoever this is,
think that's where he goes. I mean, I feel like at this point, Benders, we're picking Savoy for every single team that comes.
He's the new shade right of the later picks.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Detroit goes a little bit off the board from what we're expecting. They've done it in the past. I think when they picked Moritz Seider, he was quite an off the board pick at the time. So again, it wouldn't surprise me if the Red Wings see someone else that's maybe a little bit lower or higher on other people's draft boards, and they might take him. So it'll be interesting.
I'm not mistaken, but I think when they picked Marit Sider, I forgot who was the analyst doing like the coverage, but he had like no fucking coverage on him, and they were like scrambling through the paperwork,
really?
like looking for something. I think that was that. I think that was that one because I was listening to Spit and Chicklets today, and they had Mo on, and when they were talking about his draft, I was like, you know what? I actually think Mo was the kid that when they drafted him, people were so fucking confused, like they had no idea where he was. He wasn't like. I don't think he was anywhere in the top areas. So the can't, the people on NHL were just fucking flipping pages trying to find coverage on him, and they were just scrambling. They didn't have shit to say.
That is hilarious. And I'm just like, I'm looking through some mock drafts from 2019 when he got drafted. Nobody has him in the top 20. I mean, I'm looking at one that doesn't even have him in the first round.
Wow.
And the fact that they get him at 6 and he turns out to be a stud, unbelievable. So yeah, watch out for what Detroit does here. Stevie Y, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. 61 assists as a defenseman for the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Wow.
Kevin Korchinski.
Wow.
Impressive. Only the second Canadian taken in this draft so far.
And a lot of European guys.
Yeah, the Slovaks dominating the first 2 picks. Yeah, it's been a European heavy draft so far. All right. Well, we've had I guess I'm going to call it one big trade. It's 2 trades, but I'll call it one. Let's see what else happens here. Yeah, I think there's going to be some more action, not necessarily from the Montreal Canadiens, but I feel like there's going to be some other teams here that want to make some moves. And here's another thing to consider too. There might be some players that some teams are really high on that they're seeing are starting to fall in the draft, and they might be more willing to move up in the draft to make sure they secure this player. So you might see some moves like that happen as we get further in the first round here.
The Canadians are on their website, the new blog, it just says Montreal Mayhem, and it's just a picture of Hughes and Gordon with Slavkovsky, and I'm sure it is clickbait out of this fucking world.
I can't even imagine. What Habs Twitter is like right now.
It's going fucking nuts.
I'm
trying to keep up, but there's just so much shit going on.
It must be absolutely insane. And hey, to be honest, the Twitter for the New Jersey Devils is probably going nuts as well. For the Kraken, it's going nuts in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
Blackhawks, they don't know if they should be mad or happy or what they should be at this point. To be quite honest with you,
probably sad that they're gonna develop a really great kid and he's gonna get moved to someone else.
Czechoslovakia heavy draft, absolutely, really is so far in the top 7. Entertaining draft so far, really is. I mean, you always come into these things kind of expecting to be disappointed a little bit. We have not been disappointed so far.
No, got to play it a little loose.
Who do they take? Marco Kasper, I believe. I have him on one list here at 15. And I have him on another list at 17. 15 and 17 is where I have Marco Kasper.
Wow.
He ends up going 8th overall to the Detroit Red Wings. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
With your check being gone, who should the Ducks take? Honestly, it's really tough to say because, again, all these players are kind of being mixed up right now. It seems like the defensemen are being snagged up, but I think if there is another defenseman available, Ryan Chesley, I see he's on the list here. Matichuk, I think that's how you say his name. He's also listed in the top 20. So those are some potential picks for the Anaheim Ducks.
You also have Bob has him at 12th overall. Pavel Mintyukov, maybe.
Oh yeah, right. Mintyukov.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at 11 here on my list as well. Here we go. Jacob's pumped. The Vegas Golden Knights are about to pick. Jacob, who do you want the Vegas Golden Knights to pick? What would make you happy? And what's one player that would just piss you off? What's one guy you don't want to see? There's a player here, by the way, just looking at, good hockey names. There's a guy named Rutger McGorty. What the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah.
Who named that kid? Jesus. Rutger. And he's American, too. So
Kid's probably vicious.
Oh, he's from Nebraska. That explains a lot.
Oh,
Jacob saying, I wanted Shane. I don't care who we picked, to be honest. Well, that's
yeah.
What kind of attitude is that now? Come on,
man. You've been so hyped this whole time, man.
Yeah, you gotta have some investment in who they pick. Watch them be the first team that picks a Russian with the 9th overall pick.
Well, they didn't have much luck with the last couple Russians they've had on their team.
Wait, where are the Golden Knights picking? They even have a pick here?
They must have grabbed Buffalo is nice, huh?
No. Buffalo's still listed as going here. If Jack's saying if anyone, it would be Buffalo. Yeah, you're probably right.
True. That is true.
Probably right.
Why not?
Jacob saying number 9. Okay, Jacob, I don't know what you're going on about here, buddy. Unless there's a trade that we completely missed, I don't know.
No. They traded Danilov to the Sens, right? And then it came back. Is that?
No, I don't think this pick's involved in that. I think Jacob's just wrong about this.
Man's just on one.
Man is just on one. Exactly. Yeah, I'm looking at my list here. I mean, this is from the NHL website, so I don't think you can get more official than that.
Maybe he's a fucking insider. He knows something we don't.
Jacob knows something.
Wild.
Wow. It says pick number 9 is in. The Buffalo pick is in already.
It is.
As we're nearing out the top 10 here. See if there's any more trades that come down the pipeline. It's not necessary. It's not like all the trades don't necessarily come down in the top 10. We've seen plenty of trades happen, from pick 15 to 30 and even in day 2. If you remember the first time that, the Vancouver Canucks acquired JT Miller via trade was day 2 of the draft. So it doesn't all have to happen on day 1, just so you people know. Are Sabres moving to Vegas next season? No, I don't think so. 2 Vegas teams. How about that? All right. What's your pick for the Sabres? Who are they picking?
Man, I was kind of looking at their lineup. They look pretty solid down the middle. Let's see.
I don't know why. I'm going to go Frank Nazar.
Wow. Okay, maybe.
Right winger.
Look, I talked to Sebastian High yesterday of Dauber. He was very adamant about Brad Lambert.
Okay.
He's a right wing guy. I feel like that's something maybe this team could utilize. They got Olofsson, Tuck, Jack Quinn, and Kyle Okposo getting a little older. Maybe, we see a bit of movement coming that way, but I mean, probably can play both wings.
Yeah.
I mean, they could use a center. Why not? I mean, they have Gergensen, Cousins, Middlestat, and Thompson, but I don't think Middlestat and Thompson are really touchable. Dylan Cousins is coming in his way. I mean, maybe defense when Owen Power, Rasmus Dahlin. Well, maybe we just try to make a full fucking defensive, unit for Buffalo.
I mean, hey, not a bad idea to build your defense by drafting, right? I mean, defensemen, just like centers, super hard to get if you don't draft them. So here we go. They're coming up. The pick is in. The Sabres are up. Gary's ordering them around. Good old Gary Bettman. Love the guy. from Matthew Savoy gets picked at number
There you
9.
Poor kid.
There we go. It finally happened. It finally happened. We don't have to guess Matthew Savoy for every single pick now. He's
A
going
center.
to the Buffalo
No.
Sabres.
Actually, how did we not just, insert name Matthew Savoy for this? Instead, we were looking for deep picks.
I know,
it's
we
just
really
been
were.
so wild.
I know. That's kind of crazy, actually.
But we can't use him as a crutch anymore.
No, exactly. There you go. There's the pick you were waiting for, Jacob. Pick number 9. Said the Buffalo Sabres get this rookie somehow, not the Vegas Golden Knights. There we go. Number 9. We're about to round out the top 10. See who the Ducks take. I know we have some Ducks fans in here. Kevin and Lauren, I believe, you're Ducks fans. So let me know, who do you think the Ducks are going to take at number 10? I think this is a good pick by the Buffalo Sabres. I really do.
It's probably the best on the board. Kind of fell a little bit, especially with the radar, but for someone to be so promising and to just kind of slip away a little bit, I think it's a great pick. I think they're pretty solid for centers right now, but this is honestly a great sleeper pick.
Yeah, comparables. I mean, everyone's saying a good comparable for him is Braden Point. So, if he could be a poor man's Braden Point, I think the Buffalo Sabres would be pretty happy with that. And by the way, I saw a little thing that said, who would play you in a movie? And it said Leonardo DiCaprio. So I don't know. I don't know if you're a big DiCaprio fan or not, but that might sway if you like Matthew Savoy or not. I like Kemmler and Nazar. Ducks in need of a winger.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I was just looking that up.
Yeah, my guess for the Sabres was Nazar, so I guess I'll stick with old Frankie there for the Anaheim Ducks. That's going to be my pick, my guess. How about you, Benders? Who do you think the Ducks are going to take?
If we're going winger, excuse me. If we're going winger, I mean Frank Nazar is a center. Jesus. I'm trying to see who hasn't. You still got Kemmel, who was expected to go 7th overall. You still got that up in the air. Jonathan Lekkerimäki from Sweden, another Swede up there.
Could be anybody. It's so tough. It's so freaking tough.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the first Russian, with the Miro Shinchenko.
Oh, okay. There we go.
What do you think is gonna happen? Do you think we'll get a Russian before we get a goalie? Because I think there's only like not a big class for goalies.
I think goalies are tough. I think teams are kind of scared to take a goalie in the first round now. I think you see the top guy maybe going in the second round. I don't know who is the top rated goaltender. I know there isn't one necessarily in the top 20. So again, yeah, I think that kind of falls into the later rounds. I don't think we see one.
Tyler Brennan, Prince George, WHL.
Okay.
Jesus, 6'3", 185. He's Big Bob's got him going 62.
62. All right.
So
that makes
rounder.
sense. Yeah.
And honestly, he's the only goalie on his list up to 90 plus. I guess 100.
Right. Rainiel saying go. Rainiel, you don't have a draft pick today, unfortunately. Here, okay, they're doing a commercial on Sportsnet right now for Upper Deck, but they're doing it for like their e-packs, like their electronic hockey cards. What's your opinion on that? I'm more old school, and I don't really get the point of having an electronic card. I like physically having the card. I mean, it seems like it's just a picture on the computer to me.
What use is it? Because you lose your password or whatever, you might have a ultra rare card.
Yeah,
which I'm sure they give out like crazy because you're not necessarily paying for it that much. It's just this whole NFT culture.
Yeah,
that that is everything's got to be digital. But I mean, shit. Just like, I mean, look at my card collection. Hurricane Katrina took it away, okay? But that was a storm took that motherfucker away. Not I fucking watched porn on my fucking laptop and it fucking, disintegrated. You know what I'm saying? Like I used LimeWire to download some fucking Linkin Park and it's fucking gone. No, it's
download Linkin. Jesus Christ, was it 2006?
LimeWire was ruthless.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's so hilarious. I just think that it's cool because you can do so much with a digital card, but is it really you can't hold it? How are you showing people? I guess it's more mobile, you could show it on your phone, but it's kind of tough, dude.
Yeah, Kevin's saying why have an e-card when you can just Google a picture of the player and their stats?
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Well, and another thing too, a big thing with cards, some of the most valuable cards are signed cards. What do I want? Fucking Alexander Ovechkin's e-signature on my e-card? Not for me.
It's gonna be like a thumbprint scan on it. You know what I'm saying? That was his thumbprint. You can open his phone with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look, while we're kind of talking about hang on, selections then.
Who do they take? Someone with a burgundy suit?
Oh, yes. It's not the one I predicted, but if I'm not
Mintyukov. Interesting.
I saw the M, long ass Russian last name. I went with it.
And I don't know if this has any correlation, but they're playing 50 Cent in the club as he walks up to the stand. That's hilarious. There you go. First Russian player, defenseman. Apparently, the Russian factor wasn't too big for the Anaheim Ducks, and Benders, you called it.
Let's see where Bob had him. Well, let's see where Bobby had him fucking listed.
On my list, I have him at 18, and then the other list that I'm looking at, where do I have him? I don't even know where he is on this one. Oh, he's at 11. So hey, this is pretty par for the course for where he should have gone in the draft.
Bob's got him 12th, so yeah, this is.
There you go.
Nice pick.
Up next, the San Jose Sharks. Guess I should get my Sharks jersey out for this one, eh?
Got mine in the background. So how do you feel about that? We kind of started this this network. Your first bid is the Sharks. And then actually I wanted to go to this, but the pick came in. We were talking about the cards and shit. I was going to bring up Mike Greer with one of the most, everybody's talking about it online and it's getting resurfaced. One of the most awesome, cards, which was the pizza slice Mike Greer card.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I was like, I never had that card as a kid, but that was so badass. But, as maybe, a small San Jose Sharks fan, how do you feel
about Mike Greer getting the job?
No, the pick, Mike Greer too. I mean, I think that's fantastic.
The thing with the San Jose Sharks is they just need to fill the cabinets with every single position. They need defensemen, they need wingers, they need centers. So at this point, we kind of had this conversation about the New Jersey Devils is, do you take best player available or do you take position? New Jersey Devils are in a position where they're able to really draft by position. San Jose Sharks, I think they got to draft best player available. Take whoever you think has the highest chance of becoming an NHL player and run with them. That's what I think the Sharks have to do right now.
Kevin's got, I guess they needed a defenseman too. Honestly, I'm just looking at who they got up right now. You got Cam Fowler getting up there, Jamie Drysdale, Kevin Shattenkirk.
I think we might have a trade. Sorry to interrupt.
Ooh, I'm on commercial break, so, but I don't think it's a bad move. I don't know their depth that well, but adding another defenseman to kind of bolster this team that's going to be nice and up and coming, I'm cool with it.
Do you think the Sharks maybe traded this pick? Let's see. Gary's coming up to make an announcement.
Hey, they just gutted their entire fucking organization.
Trade announcement. So. Here we go. Coyotes. Trade pick 11.
I am still on a shitty commercial for Sunglass Hut.
Okay, so this was originally Arizona's pick. Yep, this was originally Arizona's pick. So the Sharks traded their later first round and I believe a second round pick to move up in the draft. I'm gonna have to look at the particulars for this one again, but the Sharks
The fact that
moving
they
up
have
in
a
the draft.
first one.
What's that?
I said the fact that they even have a first round pick is wild.
No, sorry, I got it the wrong way. Okay, the Sharks trade their 11th to the Coyotes, for 27, 34, and 45.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my thing that I just said. I said the Sharks need players in every position.
Mm-hmm.
They can now get 3 rather than 1.
That can solidify. And like we kind of mentioned earlier, maybe the guy that they were really strong on is now gone that they expected to drop. So now, okay, well, we don't need something as high. Let's just stockpile.
Exactly. I agree. And Benders, you know what? I'll take it even further. Maybe a guy they really like went off the board, or maybe they're looking at how crazy everything is now, and they're like, you know what? We're going to get a first rounder at pick number 27 and 35, and hell, maybe even pick number 43, we can get a first rounder.
Yeah, why not?
Or a guy that was projected to go in the first round. So,
wow.
Interesting trade. I mean, you have to sit on it, think about it a little bit, but Coyotes get back on the draft board here at 11 now.
That's great. Back on the Sharks a little bit. They've always drafted really well, and for the most part, maybe we're not seeing it so much right now because they haven't had fucking draft picks in forever. Yeah. But the ability to bring up these guys and have them turn into something, always been one of their powerful suits, with that team. So.
It's going to be interesting, Benders. It's going to be interesting to see what this next regime is like. I mean, it's really turning a page here for the organization. Doug Wilson, obviously not part of the team anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And obviously, we're already seeing they're pretty aggressive. Trading that 11th pick to the Coyotes to move back in the draft. That's a pretty aggressive move, in my opinion. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to go on Twitter right now and see what kind of shitstorm Sharks Twitter is.
Right. And honestly, what does Arizona see right now that had to, force them to move so many options? I mean, I'm sure Arizona's got like 15 plus draft picks for the next 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
But what are they seeing that maybe, they're surprised isn't off the board yet, that they had to move up enough, move 3 picks to grab hold of,
That is a good point. That is a really good point. It will be interesting to see who they take. I mean, if they come up and they take somebody that's completely off the board, like, I don't know what they're doing at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine that's what they're gonna do here. But again, this has been a crazy goddamn draft, man. Who knows?
Do they go Russian?
Lauren says we haven't picked a Russian in like 2 decades. I think it's interesting that the Ducks would pick a now to take a Russian.
They like what they saw.
Okay. Vegas has the 2022 third round pick from the Rangers. All right. Kevin talking about the Ducks, saying with Josh Manson, their best defenseman, being traded away, I can see why they picked the defenseman. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Great thoughts, Kevin. Oh, that's great. I honestly forgot
Didn't even think about that.
Cancel the Ducks.
Cancel.
That's rude. That's rude.
Come on, Jacob. Come on. Now.
I can't cancel them. Okay, I can't cancel them. So while Dylan's looking up stuff, I can't cancel them because the opportunity to finally go to like my first NHL game might be coming to fruition this year. Me and my wife had to push back going to Anaheim to go see one of her relatives and then kind of do a honeymoon we never had. I never expected the Ducks to possibly be my first team ever NHL game live, but why not? It is one of the teams that like really got my love for hockey going, inadvertently through fucking Disney films. Cause what the fuck else I got down here? I had to learn somehow, I had to be put on this chaos some way.
By the way, big shout out to like the one guy on the Arizona Coyotes front office rocking like the bright white sneakers and everyone else is rocking the dress shoes. I absolutely love it.
got to be like the analytics guy. You know what I'm saying? Just
the social
modern as
media
fuck.
manager or something. Yeah. Connor Geeky going to
Connor Geeky. Great.
Hey, you know what?
Great.
If you're moving up and you're picking a guy like that, I can see why you did it. I can see why you made that trade.
Hey, if the kid never went to college, he's about to get a chance to for 3 years. Like
the full college experience. Oh, that's hilarious.
Logan Cooley's. I'm blanking. I know he was a USA development, but I mean, these kids are going to get a college degree along with playing, like in the national level. So
yeah,
this is badass. Where's Richie? Richie's probably like fucking 3 things of scotch in already. Corey might still be on vacation.
Sharknade is a little late to the party, but losing his shit saying right at 4. Yeah, it's been a crazy draft. It's been a crazy draft, Sharknade. And thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and jumping in the live chat here. I'm hoping for a Vegas trade soon, so we just have a first round pick. Kevin saying
needs to spice it up.
Kevin saying I'm relatively new to hockey. What's the deal with the controversy over nationalities? Well, right now it's pretty much just based over the Russian war in Ukraine, and it's there's just been a bunch of controversy around Russian players and them trying to keep them in Russia. The search up Kirill Kaprizov and what's going on with him. There's been a lot of stuff going on. So I don't know what else to say there, Benders. I think that's pretty much it for now.
No, I think that solidifies it. And then I mean, look, we're at 11. We're the screen's filled at this point, for the guys, not guys, for the people viewing. Look at all of these. It's not the old way where it was Canada dominated, then the US dominated. Fucking Europe is massive now. And
and teams aren't afraid to pick European players. Like that's not, I really don't think it's a factor anymore. I mean, you have some European general managers in the league. I mean, Vancouver Canucks, Columbus Blue Jackets, both have European general managers. So there you go. Sharknade's a big Tampa fan.
Gross. Sorry.
I mean, I guess I'm sorry, but you can wipe your tears with your 2 Stanley Cup rings. Tampa. The San Choke Sharks traded away their 11th pick.
I love that. My cousin's wife named her team first time playing fantasy league, right? Comes in, dominates, beats me, beats everybody. She lost to him in one of the wildest, fucking best, Cinderella story playoff games. But she named her team the San Jose Sharks because he is a diehard San Jose Sharks fan,
right?
And just ridiculed them all fucking season. She got a logo made for it. It was Carlson with a shit stain on the back.
That's amazing. Hey, good comment from Sharknade. Geeky and Cooley are gonna be an iconic duo. Hey, that could be. I mean, 2 young guys coming out of the same draft, same team, gonna have the same college experience. I agree.
ASU, baby.
Love it.
Minor in history. Liberal arts degree.
All right. I think it's time that we scroll down here a little bit on the draft board. I mean, I think everyone kind of knows. Here, I'm going to keep Shane Wright at the top. This is what the draft order should have been, folks.
Shane Wright I'm actually looking it up. I'm glad that he brought that up. If you look at their center, after losing Dvorak and some moves, Travis Boyd, Nathan Smith, Jack McBain, Liam O'Brien. They're trying to, keep guys like Nick Schmaltz that has been pretty tremendous for them. Clayton Keller, trying to give them something to work with, and this is actually, it might be very iconic for the Arizona franchise. These 2 guys kind of fell a little bit, but for an opportunity to grab 2 very stout centers, this could be the makings of a nice build for them. So,
yeah, I agree.
Wow.
This is just a funny follow up to that comment. Sharknade said Geeky and Cooley are going to be an iconic duo, and then he follows up with, "Or their careers are over."
They'll get a college degree out of it.
Yeah.
I know, coin flip.
Does the whole team get an honorary degree at the end of the season?
You know what? You might want to just get into some studies while you're there.
Yeah.
You didn't finish.
But who is not European are the coaches? There's no European coaches right now. But definitely general managers. I heard the audience giggle when Arizona mentioned ASU. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. You're in Montreal. You're probably going to hear some giggles about that. Oh, how many European coaches been in the NHL? I don't believe there's been any, Benders. I don't think there's been any.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I don't think so. The reason I call the Sharks sand choke. I don't know, how would you say that? How would you say that? Chokey
Sharks.
Chokazay? Sand Chokazay Sharks. Yeah, I think that works. It's because they choke in the playoffs, whereas my Ducks have won a cup in the decade. Oh, here's the pick. They pick. By the way, the guy that made the pick, the most aggressive looking guy ever.
Dude, honestly,
Denton Matachuk. There we go. Denton
Matachuk. I had a hard time understanding him, but the most sinister guy to give probably the best
news to the guy's life.
The best voice to give such a name,
Yeah, I know, right? That was perfect, actually. That was perfect. All right. I think maybe after the next pick, we might take or actually maybe before the Chicago pick, we take another quick break here.
So I just looked it up per last question X. I have Alpo Suonen is a Finnish former ice hockey coach. He and Ivan Hinka of the Pittsburgh Penguins were the first European-born NHL coaches. It says in 52 years, so maybe there was something before that, but not many.
Yeah, no, not many in the coaching ranks, but seeing it change elsewhere. All right, Bender, should we have a quick break here? We have a couple minutes before the Chicago Blackhawks pick comes in anyway, so we'll take a quick break, folks. Keep the comments rolling in. We'll be here for the entire first round. There you go. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring. 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
Watermelon has been refilled, or do you even have watermelon anymore? Are you rocking something else?
My wife gave me some. Excuse me. My wife just came home, so hello, gave the kiss, checked on her. She gave me a pack of beef jerky. It's pretty fire. Pretty fire.
There we go. There we go. That Iowa beef jerky, baby. I love it. Love it. We got a couple comments. We didn't miss the playoffs until Dallas Eakins became our coach. Goddamn Dallas Eakins. Kevin say both Ducks and Knights started their vacations early this year in May at the Bahamas. All right.
Hey,
all right.
Great spot. Great
Wish
spot
I was in the
be.
Bahamas. Wish I was in the Bahamas right
Never
now.
left the South. I would love to see something other than dirty water.
Well, I'd like to see anything but rain for fucking weeks on end.
Don't come here.
Yeah,
Don't come
yeah.
here, baby.
I won't.
It's
Hey,
cheap.
you got
It's
you
cheap,
got
but
that
Don't come.
you got that warm rain too. That's even
Oh,
worse.
dude. It's like someone basting a turkey at all times down here. Just hot, sticky as fuck.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds
Musty.
brutal. Yeah. All right. So Chicago Blackhawks up next. Pick number 13. Lucky number 13. Who do you think they pick? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go throw the name Owen Pickering out there. Let's say Owen Pickering.
Nice name. Pickering.
Pickering.
They went defenseman already. I'm gonna go Danila Yurov.
All right, there we go.
Why not? Why not bring up another Russian?
Yeah, exactly.
Back up Brad Lambert. I think it's his time.
Okay. Brad Lambert. Maybe Frank Nazar finally gets on the table here. But again, I mean, I think really, especially now after the top 10 picks, these guys can go anywhere. I don't really think it matters where they're ranked. I think all these teams
Now it's
have
just a spinning wheel.
I think all 32 teams right now have a very different list of, their first round. So
it's like 2 rounds in a very deep fantasy league. You're just like, I'm spiraling. Everything's gone.
yeah, exactly.
The outline is fucked. Just grab players.
It seems crazy, but at the end of the day, you still end up with an okay pick. So, hey, maybe it turns out for some of these teams.
Okay, so the pick is in. We got
Pick
some
is
handshakes going on.
Frank Nazar, there we go.
Frank Nazar, great.
I still think you should be pronounced Nazar. I think Nazar just sounds awful. But anyways,
Nazar, and I'm sticking with it. So.
Yeah, Frank Nazar. I'm sticking with that as well. Drafted 13th overall by the Blackhawks. There we go. Right winger, 5'11", 175 pounds.
So we talked about it a little earlier about how it's like the first one back and the GMs are present. So, we could get some craziness. So I forgot to ask it earlier. Do you think that because it was over Zoom and stuff, do you think that we lost possible trades based off of connections, not being able to just phone right away? Like, do you think because it was all digital based that we could have lost potential major differences in drafts? And this year, like we see a little bit of chaos in the beginning. It's been kind of quiet as of late, but do we think that played a part? Because I don't see them really challenging how much time they have to get the pick in.
Yeah, I think the one difference that you might see is kind of like what we just saw with the San Jose Sharks and the Arizona Coyotes is, the Sharks were about to pick and the Coyotes swept in kind of at the last minute, it seemed, and they were able to make a deal and make that happen. Now, if this was all over Zoom and, everybody's not in the same room, I don't know that happens. I really don't.
Imagine that Zoom call.
Yeah, exactly. That's a quick Zoom call. Like, Jesus, buddy, I'm about to get on stage. Can you make this a fast one? Like, yeah. So I think it's a lot easier in person. So I think you could be right. I think maybe in the last couple of years, some potential trades didn't go down just because of the situation that everybody was in.
Yeah.
There we go. Gary's giving him the old handshake.
I wonder if Gary's rocking the Skechers that they're always talking about.
Oh yeah, he's
comfort first for an older Gary,
an aging Gary. Love it. Least favorite food for Frank Nazar's onions. Walk up song is The Real Slim Shady, and dinner with anyone Kobe Bryant.
Well, that ain't fucking happening.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. I was about to say I don't know how recent this list is, but that was bad.
I
Anyways, Frank Nazar to the Blackhawks. Right?
do like that they're getting this MMA style walk up music.
I know. Yeah, it is pretty.
Now
funny.
I'm a little upset. We got DraftKings our sponsor. How do we not know this ahead and have like songs based off of like draft? Like how could we not have paid money to expect fucking someone to come out to Break Something by Limp Bizkit? Like why not? It's fantastic call.
You know what, Benders? You know what I think we do for next year's draft? And this is take a little bit of work, but I think we look at all 32 teams and we pick a song that fits that team. And when we do this again next year, every time their pick comes up, we play their draft song. So like for Philly, it'd be something really like scummy and like, I don't know, headbanger or something. I don't know.
Dude, Philly and Pennsylvania, well, just being in Pennsylvania, I wonder if we get like Bloodhound Gang, we get like CKY, we get like the Bam Margera shit. Seattle is gonna go. I mean, what's the over under of just all grunge music?
Oh, it's all grunge, 100%.
Oh,
Montreal, you get some like
pretty cool.
Montreal, you just get some like French folk art music.
Mm-hmm.
They're all dancing around in a circle.
What is it? The Northwest Passage song.
Northwest
You know what I'm
saying? Exactly. I wish I had that queued up. I really do.
One of our buddies would just have PTSD.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Honestly, hopefully with these young Chicago kids, hopefully they can be the start to trying to reface this team that's kind of just faced a lot of controversy, backlash, and obviously right to be, but hopefully these young kids can start to maybe change the face of. I mean, this is an iconic team. It's a fucking original six team, a team that isn't too far away from being one of the most aggravatingly onslaughtish teams of our era. Hopefully these guys can help kind of bring some love back to an iconic franchise.
Yeah, kind of change, I guess, the perception of the organization too. Because in the hockey world, like, I don't know, the Blackhawks is kind of not a great name.
Blackhawks have been blacklisted,
Exactly. So yeah, no, I agree with all your points. Hopefully they can try and be a part of changing the culture there. Because like you said, original six team, we want to see them succeed.
Yeah, and it's a tough look. But look, we got a team coming up. We got the Winnipeg Jets. It just fire the coach. You're bringing in Dallas's old coach, Stan Bowman.
Yeah, and the other thing too with the Winnipeg Jets, Mark Scheifele, is he going to stick around? Blake Wheeler, is he going to stick around? Pierre-Luc Dubois, he's not going to re-sign with them. There's
Maybe this gives us an insight into what we might see start shaping up. But this is a team that needs a lot of work.
Yep.
Especially I'm surprised we didn't talk about them. With like the 12th pick, but losing Patrick Laine, whether liked or not by their franchise, very formidable player.
Yeah, no, exactly. Honestly, I don't have a name. I don't have a name ready for my projection for this pick, but I'm going to say, I think, just saying, Pierre-Luc Dubois, he might not come back. Mark Scheifele questions. I'm going to say they pick a center. I'm going with the center for the Winnipeg Jets. I don't know what you think.
No, I think that's strong. Paul Stastny, Adam Lowry kind of getting up there in age.
Yep. Here they are making the pick. Cheval Dayoff up there with his slick back gray hair.
Being classy. Paying respect to Guy Lafleur.
Love it. At the rec room. Rutger McGurty, my favorite hockey name in this draft. Dirty old Rutger. Love it.
Going to the fucking
Dirtiest
deep north.
deep north. Rutger McGrorty. Jesus Christ.
What a bop. What a bop of a name.
What a name. I love it. I love
Right
it.
wing. Okay, so right wing, you're looking at Jansen Harkins, Blake Wheeler, Mason Appleton, Evgeny Svechnikov. Obviously, I'm saying at least, year or two before we might see this kid, maybe even longer, but it is a bit of a weakness of the current team right now. So I think I was in strong agreement with you that, we'd probably see a center, but instead we get probably the most iconic name so far. So
I don't think you're going to beat that one. Rutger McGrorty. I mean, what have you ever heard the name Rutger? I mean, you're the American.
Just the college. Just the college.
Just the college. It was named after this draft pick.
Must have been alumni.
Yeah.
God, I loved my time there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, up next is the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, I thought JT Miller would be traded by now. Didn't happen. I would be surprised if JT Miller signs an extension with the Vancouver Canucks. That would be something else. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with their draft pick. I think the Canucks go for defense. There's a lack on defense for that team. You have some great forwards right now for the Vancouver Canucks. So I think they got to go defenseman. But ultimately, slightly disappointed there's no JT Miller trade.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
I don't think we're far from it. I think there is still going to be movement in that. I don't know the cap space right now, but I'm sure there's someone's going to be willing to pay high ball for that. So
well, and the thing with JT Miller is he has one more year left at like 5.3, I think. Something super low for especially a 100-point guy potentially. Right. So I think the cap situation for most teams probably isn't that bad. I think the consideration is what extension do you have to sign him to? Are you going to have to keep JT Miller for 8 years? Because I know the Vancouver Canucks don't want to do that. You don't want to pay this guy until he's 37 years old. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Kevin, there are 32 picks in the first round. There you go. Rutger McGrorty has just gone to the Winnipeg Jets. Number 14 in the draft, but number 1 in names. Love it. Love me a good hockey name.
He was listed 27 for Bob, so he jumped up quite a bit.
Bob's not a big Rutger fan. I'm going to take a look at my TSN list. Where do they have Rutger? Actually, I take it back. There is actually someone with a better name in this draft.
Oh yeah.
Luca Del Baluz. I kid you not.
Dude, that's gonna be a very expensive jersey if you want to get the name printed on.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay by letter, even the space, baby.
Yeah. I don't even see him on my draft board here, actually. I'm mostly just looking for good hockey names now. There's a couple in there, so we'll see. We'll see them come up. Excited for this Canucks pick, though. Like I said, I'm a big Canucks fan, so been waiting for this one for a while. New management group, too, so it's going to be interesting to see what direction they go with this draft pick. Patrick Alvin making his first pick as GM of the Vancouver Canucks. Hopefully he doesn't screw it up. That's all you can ask for as a Canucks fan. Just don't royally screw it up.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, you're from that area. Like, is this like your team growing up too? Like, this is the team you kind of grew up with, or?
Oh yeah. So like, if you grew up in British Columbia or anywhere around Vancouver, you're probably going to be a Canucks fan. So definitely, yeah, Canucks fan since day one.
Oh yeah, buddy. I'd say I wish I had that, but at the same time, it's like I grew up with the Saints and they were fucking shit awful. But like, I never really gave a fuck about my team because it was just really nothing fun to watch. And then growing up, I played a lot of sports, so I was more of like the active. Like I wanted to play the game, not watch it so much.
Fair enough.
So I guess in that aspect, it's a little different for me. So like I didn't really give a fuck about my team, but I feel like young me would have loved any fucking hockey team here. I mean, like, yeah, let's not look stupid, but like we had the New Orleans Brass for a little bit,
Right. Yeah.
So like, fucking wish that was still here. But as far as like an NHL team, like I think honestly, like childhood me would have just loved them no matter what. Like I think the Saints are just an asterisk, but
yeah, makes sense.
For my favorite sport, I think I would have truly just fell in love with whoever was here. Instead, I just used French lineage for Louisiana and stuck to it.
Hey, that works too. But I guess the one thing, if you don't really have a local team, I guess it does give you the freedom to choose. Because I didn't really have a choice. Like it's like you're either Canucks or
live or die, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So there is something to be said about having the freedom to choose. Here we go. Patrick Alvin coming up on stage to make the pick for the Vancouver Canucks.
I love Gary's just like pointing them out. Yeah, you just come stand over here. Like
yeah, exactly.
Little old school teacher.
Very close a pro.
Close to retirement. Like getting up there, but he's got the tenure. Like he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to type of shit.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. All right. Yeah, like they're saying here on the broadcast on Sportsnet, brand new front office for the Vancouver Canucks. They've really shaked everything up.
Sweden?
Jonathan Lekkerimaki was picked by the Vancouver Canucks.
So actually this kid fell pretty far. He was listed 8th. So
I have Lekkerimaki listed number 11 on my one list, and let's take a look at and 9 on the other. So hey, I think that's a pretty good pick for the Vancouver Canucks. Adding another forward to the group. Can't complain.
So how do you feel about that as that being your team?
I think that's fine. I think with 15, if you're gonna pick up a guy that's kind of fallen out of the top 10, I think that's the ideal situation. And I think it's kind of clear that Alvin's going for best player available compared to maybe going positionally, because you would make the argument that they just re-signed Brock Besser and they have some other guys on the right side. But if they really believe in this kid, I think you go best player available. So I like the pick at the end of the day. I do like it.
And he's
Crazy Tomato doesn't like it though. Crazy Tomato does not like this pick.
No.
He wanted Ivan in the door. Not even to attempt the last name. But there you go. Jonathan Lekkerimaki.
Miroshnichenko. You know how I know that? Because I was fucking ridiculed about 4 episodes back.
Oh, really?
By Mason, saying that all Americans, when they can't pronounce a foreign name, just add all these extra fucking, syllables on the back end.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to learn this kid's fucking name. Like,
I'm going to make fun of you next time.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like a reverse Don Cherry right now, like, suck it, Mason.
Exactly. Yeah, Crazy Tomato, not too happy. Not too happy. Well, there you go. Vancouver Canucks make their pick. Now, the thing with Canucks Twitter is it's always going to be an absolute shit show. So I don't even know if it's worth looking right now. Actually, I'm looking right now. And
he's got fucking weak knees. What the fuck?
Actually, you know what? It looks like Canucks fans are pretty happy right now.
Good.
So there you go. There you go. Lekkerimaki. There you go. People are loving it. We are, I guess we're not even halfway through the draft so far. We have a couple more to go before we hit halfway. But there you go. Top 15 in the books.
We got some Southern teams coming up. So actually the closest 2 teams to me coming up and fucking 2 picks, 3 picks.
No, Nashville and Dallas. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Tomato. I think the Canucks could get Ivan in the second round. Canucks need trades. Well, they need to trade JT Miller, in my opinion. Elliot's interviewing Alvin. But yeah, I think the Vancouver Canucks should still explore trade JT Miller, and I think they will. Like I said, trades still happen in the second day of the draft. Trades happen after free agency. The summer is not over. The summer is this is the start of summer. This is not a deadline of any sort. So we have a lot more time to go for the Vancouver Canucks to make a trade with
Absolutely.
JT Miller.
Everybody that's when you're not up yet, half your team, not half, the majority of your team is like swarming, like trying to pick the right thing for you. But there's also somebody on the side circling what's going on and getting ready to prepare for the off-season acquisitions and shit that's coming. Okay, they just grabbed this kid. Okay, well, we've seen so many rumors about this. We've kind of prodded the bear. We've poked around with this team a little bit. They're willing to move this guy. Now they just found his replacement. As soon as this is over, we're fucking hunting. We're gonna see what we can do with this. So,
Jacob saying trade JT Miller to Seattle for Shane Wright. There you go. How that would be a hell of a trade. I don't see Seattle doing that. They got their young center. They are more than happy right now.
Yeah. Seattle got their franchise guy,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he sticks around for a bit. So
I agree.
They're gonna treat that kid like fucking royalty. I don't know if that sounds stupid. This is their first fucking draft, right?
No, they drafted last year. They got Matty Beniers last year.
That's right. I'm so sorry.
Right.
Sorry,
yeah,
Matty
so,
Beniers. Jesus.
Beniers and Wright, that's going to be a hell of a combo moving forward as well. That sends Shane Wright to the AHL. All right.
You know what? Look, so he did. I like that he brought that up. So when we were talking yesterday, I was picking the brain of our buddy Sebastian High, and he's real adamant about Shane Wright going to the Montreal Canadiens. So I asked him, I was like, okay, so normally first overall pick, you go straight to the NHL. I was like, how do you feel about that? Do you think he needs some time? Or do you think he's ready? He brought up, was that Power deciding to go back to college?
Mm-hmm.
And he said that was a step in a good direction to where it's not like you have to play like that stigma's there.
Right.
But he did say that Shane Wright could definitely use another year in wherever he's going to play. I think he's too young to go to the AHL. Well, the pick is in, so I'll fucking rush through this. But give the kid his 9 games to play. Give him the taste. Give him that hunger, and send his ass down and let him fucking run it. He missed a year, so why not? Give him more development.
Here's the thing. It's not like he's in a rush to get on the Seattle Kraken. They're not going to be competitive next year. I agree. Give the kid at least 1 year. Give him some time. Don't rush a player. Don't be the Edmonton Oilers of 10 years ago.
Yes.
Give the kid some time. All right, the pick is in. Who did they pick?
Noah Ostlund.
Noah
Sweden.
Ostlund. Another Swedish pick. Like it. Where is he listed on my board? I don't even see him right now.
Ostlund is 22 for Bobby Margarita. But two centers trying to build the backbone, kind of like
right.
Who was that? Who grabbed 2 centers right off the bat? Arizona. Well, not
right
off
the
bat, but trying to build that core.
Yeah, no, Noah Ostlund. I have him here at 32 on my one list. Let's look at this other TSN list. Ostlund, where are you? Number 30. So goes 16. Goes a bit higher than projected, but like you said, Sabres obviously like this kid. They want to build their center depth, and hey, doing it through the draft in the first round, that's a good way to do it.
So Hockey Trolls is on Twitter right now with whoop, this is borderline nightmare fuel revolving JT, right? So rumors are true. If the rumors are true, the Caps are offering McMichael, Hendricks, and a pick for JT. And that was Troll's response to it.
So who was it again?
McMichaels, Hendricks, and a draft pick. He also stated right under it that on the other hand, Miller did rack up 99 points last year and is proven NHL veteran at 29. probably 5 to 6 good years left in him. So maybe starting to feel it out a little bit.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens around that number 20 pick with the Washington Capitals. Maybe that's involved in a trade. Who knows? So there could be some action there.
Yeah.
I'm back. How did Wright not go first? How did Wright not go second? And how did Wright not go third?
How did he go to 4?
How did he go to 4? I mean, that's the true question here today.
So nobody went 4th.
Has there been a Finnish player yet? No. There's been no Finnish players drafted so far. Swedish, American, Canadian, Russian, Slovakian. Is Marco Kasper Austrian? Is that where he's from? Interesting. Anyways, no Finnish players drafted so far.
Right now, Gary Bettman I think they're about to award the GM of the year.
Oh, okay. Yep. GM of the year, who do you got? It's a tough one. It's a really tough one.
There were a lot of great guys this year.
I think you
got bringing up Serge Savard.
Yeah,
which is pretty badass. They had Montreal is going nuts.
I think you got to give it to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, babe.
Man, I feel like we're just like
think?
we're calming down after the storm of the first 5 picks. Like there's so much excitement packed into those first 5 picks. I don't even know what to think anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, Benders, what do you think? Who's gonna get this GM of the year? What team?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Tampa.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Tampa.
I think the Devils are coming up. I don't think it's their time, but I think it is coming.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, why not the Avalanche?
Good point.
I don't see it being like an outlier. I think it's going to be like a team that has been poised for a while. That's why I'm thinking like Tampa or the Avalanche. But
yeah. So the 3 finalists are, let's see if they would get all with it. It looks like Joe Sakic's in there. Yeah. Julian Brisebois, of course, from Tampa Bay, general manager of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Avionics saying, sorry, my little sister messed up my keyboard. Sorry about my terrible grammar. We're not too concerned about grammar over here. So.
I got a Southern education. I'm not worried about grammar. There's a reason why I'm not a blogger, because I can't afford to pay someone to fix my mistakes.
So there you go. Not a concern of ours. We're happy you're joining us on the live stream here. Joe Sakic, Chris Drury, the other 2 nominations or nominees. I'm going Julian Brisebois. I think you gotta.
Yeah. I think so.
Solid choices.
Oh, fantastic. So, but do you think that, well, not do you think, do you know if whether or not, who wins the finals goes into play of this? Because if it does, I think I sway a little bit more to Joe Sakic.
It's
especially
tough.
With
Joe Sakic wins GM of the year. There we go.
I mean, hey, man, the man who found Cale Makar.
The man who found the salad man. I love it. Kevin is saying Grammarly will be your best friend, Benders. Do you have Grammarly?
No, I don't, but
oh man,
I'll look into it. Honestly, dude,
I use it as well.
I loved making those blogs. I mean, I kind of blew up on Instagram doing the 100 days till hockey. Well, 99 because fucking there's no 100.
Yeah.
But I did really enjoy it. It fucking took the life out of me, those days. But I've never really felt that English speaking and written was my best strong suit. But I did enjoy writing. I grew up an artist. I always find some way to be artistic, and my new form is through editing and podcasting. But I did really enjoy writing. It's just I I have run-on sentences like a motherfucker. So
I'm telling you, Kevin is right. Grammarly, it's a Google Chrome extension, and basically, like you type out a sentence, and it'll like tell you how to fix it. Basically,
okay.
yeah, it's super useful if you want to get back into writing. That's the thing you need. Tim, what's
What's up,
up?
Tim?
Thanks for jumping on. Miller's heating up again, says Crazy Tomato.
Go ahead. Thank you. Crazy Tomato, our JT Miller insider right now.
I love it. I love it. The pride of Prince George, BC, by the way, is Crazy Tomato. Avionics, who won GM of the year last year. Who won last year?
Probably Breezewall.
I don't think it was Breezewall. I'm going to take a look here.
Who, Lamorello?
Jesus. That dirty old bastard pulled out another award.
Why not?
Why not give it to Louis? We got to give him something and keep him around here.
Hey, man. Found success everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
And never really deferred from his way of doing things either. You know, it is fucking 1940s clean cut, you know, around here.
Every year is 1941. Like, yeah.
You go in the locker room, the fucking, you know, they got the, you know, like a grease shit going on.
Yeah.
All right, so Nashville's made it to the clock. Nashville's kind of they got to make some things happen. If I'm not mistaken, then they just grab
McDonough.
So
you know what's interesting about the McDonough trade? I don't know if you heard this, but he had a no trade clause, did not have a no move clause. So basically the Lightning went to him and said, hey, we're either going to trade you and you waive your no trade to go to Nashville, or we're just going to put you on waivers because you don't have a no movement clause. We're just going to put you on waivers, and the Columbus Blue Jackets have already agreed to take you. Damn. So then his choice to be traded to Nashville rather than be put on waivers and get taken by Columbus. I just thought that was interesting.
That's kind of savage, but I mean,
it is kind of savage.
They have to move things around, and he was pretty critical.
They gave him somewhat of a choice, though. At least he got to go to Nashville.
Absolutely. And you know what? Not a bad place to be. I don't know what type of person he is, but if he likes, you know, I'm sure he's got a family and shit now. But I mean, if he likes an easy living place, dude, like I didn't live in Nashville, but we did have a 2-story cabin growing up until my senior year. My grandfather built it through the 80s.
Nice.
And we would go there every summer and winter. And Nashville, well, not Nashville, Tennessee was like a big part of my life. It's like my second home, and I can't wait to like get back there. But in an amazing place to live, beautiful scenery, and then the atmosphere of Nashville itself. You know, obviously it's kind of fallen a little bit as far as like how nasty they were just a few years ago, but I'm sure he'll find his love there. All these guys are very they're very used to, you know, at least knowing the life of having to move on a dime and shit like that. But not a bad place to end up, you know.
No, and the thing, Benders, I think with Nashville, while it might be a small window, I still feel like they think they have a competitive window here, even if it's for 2-3 years. And that kind of fits McDonough's contract. He has, I think, 2-3 years left on his contract. So it fits well for the Nashville Predators. They get a good defenseman for a couple years. And then for McDonough at the end of the contract, he can move on. And I think probably in 2-3 years, the Nashville Predators go into a rebuild. That's my opinion. But hey, I like the pickup.
No, I think you're right. And I'm kind of looking at it right now. Excuse me. There's that fear of Philip Forsberg. I know they might be trying to do something with that. They might be trying to re-sign him. But losing something like that, I mean, they still have Michael Granlund, Matt Duchene, Ryan Johansson, Sissons with that fantastic motherfucking team-friendly deal. Defensively,
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
defensively stout. Honestly, I hated to see Ryan Ellis move last year. That Tanner Jeannot is going to be fucking unreal. Dante Fabro has kind of helped, you know, pave himself away. I'm thinking maybe winger or a young center to really to fill it in for him. But as far as defense, like, good luck to any poor kid in this organization that wants to try to break in on that.
It's always been tough. And yeah, David Poile, he's always been big on defensemen. You see him there up on stage again. I agree. I do think they're going to go for a forward. I do. Just because they have a slight logjam there on the back end. They haven't drafted that many forwards in the first round. I know they have in the past couple of years, but I think they're going to keep that trend going. Like you said, I think there's a couple centers out there that they could take. So we'll see. They're about to make a pick right now.
Didn't they grab a goalie last year?
Joachim Kemmel, there he finally goes.
There he goes. Great.
Did they I think it was Minnesota that grabbed the goalie last year.
I feel like they grabbed a first round goalie not that long ago. But I mean, honestly, I was quite critical of UC Soros, our 2019 season when I was covering the Nashville Predators. I thought it was going to be a tough fucking hole to fill, but he's been phenomenal. Keep him healthy.
Right.
Keep him healthy. Give him someone to be reliable on the back end to kind of take. I don't want to say take pressure off of him, because when you have someone that good, goalies are very prideful of their position. But to feel like like if he's having a bad night, he has someone as far as like a teammate that can help help move this team in the right direction. I think that's something they can utilize. But like I said, I really do think that they had drafted a first overall goalie. So
that's why I was about to interrupt you. You're absolutely right. Last year with pick number 11, they picked Askarov, Yaroslav Askarov.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Yep. So you were definitely right. And that's a high end pick to take a goaltender, but
taking a risk. But you know what? Not a bet. Like they might get criticized for it, but you know what? A risk to take. You're walking away from the goalie who's literally just had revamped this team. I don't want to say revitalized, because they still pretty fresh when he came along.
Yeah,
but their goalie. What did they do after this? They've trained UC Soros, and he's been fantastic. But why not try to build the next generation to help UC? So
exactly. And hey, goalies take a long time to develop, so it's not like you draft a goalie and like you're not even really worried about who's in net right now, because it's probably going to be 4 or 5 years before the guy makes the NHL anyways. Yeah,
but Joachim Kemmel, great pick, especially with the doubts of Forsberg and the defensively they're solid, goaltenders they're solid. I mean the centers are pretty fantastic too. So
nephew of Jimmy as well, so that's a nice connection. Jacob saying, "Are you guys doing every day of the draft?" No, we're not. We won't be doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm sorry, Lauren, but day 2 of the draft is just too fucking long. It's like all day you're going at this draft, and I don't think we'll be doing that one. I'm sure there's other great content out there to cover that one, but
if you guys subscribe just enough to where we can quit all of our day jobs,
then we'll do it.
We will give you this 24/7.
Exactly.
I will eat the watermelon and my lunch, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a live stream, just so you can always comment and have someone talk back to you. But
absolutely.
Until then, I got to pay the bills.
Exactly. We got to go to our day jobs, and
I got to keep this Wi-Fi pumping,
Exactly. And I just don't know with, today, what have we been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes? I think we might call it after like pick 20, somewhere around there, going for a 3-hour live stream. I don't think adding a 6-7 hour live stream would do my voice any good. I really don't. I don't think I'd be able to speak afterwards.
I think Hockey Trolls would love nothing more than to get to the 20th pick overall and then cut it right for the Penguins. I think you would love nothing more than that.
Should we do it just for troll? I mean, not see the Penguins pick.
Hey, I love trolls. The man came to my city. We had dinner. He bought me beers, even though I told him not to. He bought my food, even though I fucking told him not to.
You guys actually met up. I didn't know about that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Love trolls.
Right.
He actually sent me some hockey sticks things. He knows what the fuck I'm talking about if he's listening. Yeah. I'm gonna build one for you, buddy, and I'm gonna send you a couple of them. But in honor of Trolls, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. I don't like the Penguins, and it's strictly because they knocked out San Jose and then Nashville back to back. I'm cool.
You're damn
with it.
right.
Sorry,
You're damn
Knicks.
right, Benders.
Sorry to the Knicks, but hey, bud, like I'm Team Trolls. So
Team Troll.
I'm Team
Yeah.
Cupcake too, baby. I'm a big boy.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, Paulie's an absolute beauty. Not going to be doing the pod anymore, but
No.
Trolls sticking around. Yeah, what a beauty. Oh, hey, look who else is a beauty. Sean Butcher, who's always jumping in on our live streams. What's up, Sean? Thanks for joining us on this live stream.
Love the Jif peanut butter profile pic, bud.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's incredible. It's all about the peanut butter. At least give us pick 22. Just pause the stream for pick 21.
What, a little bathroom break?
A little bathroom break for Pittsburgh and pick 22. Yeah, okay. Here's Benders. I guess we can make a bit of a compromise. We have actually a few Anaheim Ducks fans in here, so maybe we just cut it up the Anaheim pick.
Okay,
we take a quick,
I'm okay with that.
We take a piss break at pick number 21, and then we come back for 22.
The troll break. The troll break.
And then we wrap it up. There we go. Kevin saying just a quick little lunch break. There we go.
I've had lunch all this entire fucking live stream. I don't know how the network execs feel about eating into a mic, but I did it. I'm sorry if there's any backlash, but 22 wouldn't be bad. Like you said, a lot of Anaheim guys in here. I'd love nothing more than to keep it alive for you guys.
It's the 2022 draft, and we're going to end it at 22. How about that?
So the pick is in for Dallas. Dallas is they're still a solid team. Unfortunately, they just have that one line that's really doing it for them right now, and their veterans are still kind of, I don't know. Maybe it is time for them to start moving around, or retirements are coming. But let's see what we got.
Now, I'm slightly disappointed that, the Dallas Stars, they come up and, for the new draft pick, they don't even bring him like a good old 10-gallon bucket hat, like a good old cowboy hat or something from Texas. Come on.
They got a Texas-sized guy up here right now. Look,
Tom Gillardi,
like a Tony Soprano up
here. This is who we're taking, I'm telling you. Let's see who they pick. And I just clicked the wrong thing and completely lost my order. Lian Bischel.
From Sweden.
Another Swede getting taken by the Dallas Stars. Seconds. Oh no, not a Swede. He's Swiss. He's from Switzerland.
Oh, Swiss. Jeez.
Potato.
I'm sorry. The team he played for was in the Swedish league.
Makes sense.
Swiss, the worst cheese.
Kevin is saying ASMR eating, bringing in more viewers. Execs should be happy.
Hey, bud. Look, if you guys want to listen to me knock back an entire watermelon, I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it, man.
That could be a video, just like you sitting in the middle of like an empty warehouse floor with just a mic next to you, and you're just plowing into a watermelon. I don't know.
Just
that could either...
crushing beers in a lawn chair with a watermelon. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I'll be your host for the next 45 minutes.
Kevin is saying beef jerky bag in shambles right now.
Done.
Just done.
My wife put in some work on it. I got the scraps, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Watermelon with a beef jerky, a tender beef jerky. I don't really like beef jerky. I'm more of a biltong guy. I don't like I'm just sucking on a fucking a penny flavor. But the tender ones seem to be a lot better.
Benders, when you said biltong, I mean that just that sparked me up because go ahead.
No. You said biltong, and I was like, oh no, I don't mean I ate bull's tongues.
Oh no, my family is South African, so
sick.
My family is crazy about that stuff. My dad makes it in the garage sometimes. So
fuck yeah, I'm gonna have to come
I love
up.
That stuff.
I need once the GoFundMe for the Bender's dream tour of the NHL starts. BC is way up there. But hey, if you guys want the ASMR, I saw our Vegas fan was kind of going for it, dude. I'll do it for you. I'm trying to lose weight at the moment, but I'll definitely food is still big, big for me.
Hey, I don't think you're gaining much weight eating a watermelon, so I think you're good there.
That's why I've been crushing it, dog. I've been
Yeah.
crushing it because I'm like, you know what? I'm peeing out more of it than any.
Pissing out straight watermelon.
Dude, now this is kind of graphic, and I'm sorry for like anyone listening that might not like this, especially network execs. When we did do the live stream for the watermelon and mustard challenge, I ate like a half to like 3/4 of a watermelon during that pod. And then I took a shit. Sorry if that grosses anybody out, but it was red and I freaked out like because I thought I had blood in my stool and I was like, oh my fucking God. But like I just ate so much that it died my shit. So
Jesus Christ.
I had a fucking heart attack.
That's hilarious. That's amazing.
Taste buds is a blessing. That's why I'm fucking 3+, brother. That's why I got fucking 3X, 4X jerseys that look like a goddamn blanket.
It's a blessing and a curse. Let's put it.
Oh,
that way.
absolutely.
Jacob says
maybe 500. Dude, I'll do. You want to know? I'll set up an OnlyFans, dude.
Here's
a personal party.
But before you say too much, Jacob's Canadian, so that's Canadian dollars. Just so you know.
What's that? It's -35, something like that. Like
you'll actually be in
like
debt to the American government if you
Celsius
get that
to Fahrenheit. It's like -35. Sorry,
exactly.
35.
It'll
work.
That.
I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take schneckles. Or I don't care.
Pick is in for number 19, the Minnesota Wild. Here we go. We're 2 picks away from taking our break, then we'll return for the Anaheim Ducks.
So they're bringing up the Kevin Fiala trade. That could be something to look into. But I mean, I think the Wild are a pretty well put together team. Maybe just looking for an interesting piece. Now, if this was a group that was picking higher up, this would have been another one, kind of like Detroit could have picked virtually anywhere what they wanted, not necessarily what's best.
No, I agree with that because, they do have a decent prospect pool there in Minnesota. So I feel like they can kind of go wherever they want. Jacob saying, can we go all the way to Leafs pick? No, we can't. You can't just keep pushing it.
Dude, I don't want to watch the fucking Leafs.
No. Wait, the Leafs, the Leafs are the last one that we're going to do. Trust me. Kevin saying
we'll
much
be in
love.
silent.
Yeah, we would just be silent. We just sit here in silence. Kevin saying much love for staying till pick 22, by the way. Tiny but mighty Ducks fans. There you go.
Hey, you know what? I wanted, Kevin said he was a newer fan to the league. I was actually wanted to kind of pick his brain, see what he liked. But a mighty Ducks fan, I love that. One of my first jerseys I owned. Actually, one day I'll post it. If you guys know what a Sears is, in the early 90s, my mother always took me to the Sears to get all these ignorant ass pictures, and I had a knockoff green and purple jersey with the number 88. That's why I love 88, Brent Burns, shit like that.
Nice.
But I was always a Ducks fan, and she couldn't afford one, so she got me that, and I was in love with the Ducks.
That's
amazing.
The
number 88. So, but the pick is in. Let's see what we got.
Oh, Billy G's making the pick.
Slick back hair.
Some of that good Minnesota grease. Let's see.
Kylo Ren.
Liam Ogren. All right, Liam Ogren has been drafted by the Minnesota Wild.
Nice.
I thought they were going to pick Bruce Boudreau for a second. We'll draft old Brucey. Come home. Oh, man. There we go.
We haven't mentioned it, but I always hate the draft hats. Okay, the draft picks hats, they normally look like a shitty trucker's hat, or they have like a really tough, big blotch of white. I'm a 5-panel type of guy. I'm a dad hat type of guy.
Yeah.
So they're never ones that I really are interested in. I love that they kind of did I don't want to say a monotone, but it is more of a wash of their main color instead of I'm not a big white hat guy. I sweat a lot. I live in the fucking South, so white looks dirty, looks nasty on me. So
Yeah.
the hats have been fun this year, at least.
Yeah, no, I agree. And hey, I'm the same with a white hat. I can't do it. White shirt, that's pushing it. White hat, too much. Too much.
Can't rock a white shirt, dude. Fucking
No.
sweaty, yellow rings, fucking pepperoni nips for the world to see. Fucking white shirt. I'll go gray. I'll rock a gray shirt. That's about it. Bruce, there it is. There
it is. Yeah. Kevin, always respected Captain Getzlaff, but Trevor freaking Zegras brought me to the league. Hey,
love that.
Great player, man. There's a mini MLB lockout and have much to watch. Hey, Kevin, check out the Quack Report, Anaheim Ducks podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Check them out. Interact with them on Twitter. Good times.
And Carter.
Yeah, Carter Potts and Nate Thomas. They'll chat you up. They'll chat you up about some Anaheim Ducks.
Absolutely. You need some graphic design work too. Go hit up Nate.
I'll go hit up Nate. He'll
Fair
get it
prices.
Done. Yeah. Yeah.
He designed our Dano pizza once.
Oh, that's right. He says, "Oh, dude, I love Carter and Nate." There we go.
Perfect.
Love it. Oh yeah, I forgot that Daddy Dano one. I forgot about that.
With the Selkie snub slice.
Yeah, that's so good.
Fuck, I miss Daddy.
Lamberts and Miroshchenko still available.
Crazy. Honestly.
Oh, you see the Minnesota Wild forgot to bring up the jersey and the hat, and they're running it up. You see it right now? Are they showing it?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the guy's running up. That is so funny. Jacob, based on your last comment, I think he's gonna kind of be like your dad, I guess. I don't know. He's just still around. He's doing his own stuff. I think you're subscribed to his YouTube channel, so you can check him out there.
Honestly, hope Lambert falls to the Montreal Canadiens. I heard about 45 minutes talk of Brad yesterday with Sebastian Hein. If any interest in that, any Canadiens fans still on here, we had a great guy come on and talk to us, but I'm kind of sold on that kid. So
there you go. Hey, and by the way, I mean, I don't know if we do have any Habs fans in here, but just general hockey fans. If you want to check out Bender's podcast, the Habs Nightly podcast, go check it out on any podcast app. Some good high quality stuff there from your boy Benders.
Yeah, I'm actually learning Canadian cities right now.
Oh, okay.
It's my newest punishment, thanks to Mason, because I had a bit of an embarrassment statement after we talked, because I, in the South with a Southern education, a pretty average Southern education at that, believe that the province dividers were up and down like this, right?
Right.
So and not like
just
anything
like a
else.
normal math.
And he thought I meant like that Canada was a fucking square. So that had him losing it. And then I thought Nova Scotia was further. I thought it was the furthest one and not Labrador and Newfoundland. And I didn't know that the two were connected in province, not connected in land. So now my punishment is having to not name, but correctly say names of cities. So I have to learn Canada, which my Southern education deprived me of.
Love it. I mean, to be honest, those mistakes you've made, that's not too bad. Nova Scotia is pretty damn far over there. I could have made that mistake too.
This all started with the talks of a Halifax donair, which is something I've always wanted to eat since watching Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
and
100%.
We went down a pretty bad rabbit hole.
All right, Benders, I'm gonna write in our private chat the name of the city that I live in right now, and let's see if you can pronounce it correctly. It's not. I don't think it's too bad, but let's see.
Nanaimo.
Pretty
Nanaimo.
close.
Okay.
Nanaimo.
Wait. Nanaimo bars, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So you might not know this, but I have Canadian parents, and not like my actual parents. So when I used to work in the bar in the city, which really like revamped my love for hockey, and like because I finally had a bar that wasn't in the parish that I could watch hockey with. They lived upstairs, and I cooked steaks for them all the time, and they kind of like just accepted me as their fucking Southern son.
Right.
And
Okay.
they made me Nanaimo. Well, they would bring me back cool shit like Nanaimo bars and that coffee crisp candy you got and some stuff like that. But we do have the pick, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, we do have the pick. I was honestly more interested in the food
I believe they went with a Russian. Yep. I mean, hey, the Capitals are basically sponsored by Russia, so
exactly.
I'm not surprised by this. Left wing though, I was thinking maybe defenseman, but
yep. Miroshnichenko finally off the board. Someone in our chat was actually going off about Miroshnichenko, saying that he should have gone maybe to the Canucks. I think it was Crazy Tomato.
Tomato was saying that he could have got him in the second round.
Oh,
which,
I see.
Which kind of actually could have been possible just because of the fear of Russians. But I think honestly, once what team grabbed the Russian early on?
The Ducks, I think.
The Ducks with Mintyukov. I think once one guy breaks through, like one makes the list, now it's kind of off. Like, it's kind of like fantasy, right? So it's like,
yep,
someone in the first round is going to grab your boy from Tampa. I'm only blanking because I'm just fucking running on fuel right now.
It's all good. We've been streaming for 3 hours, by the way. We're gonna wrap this up soon, but we are running off fumes.
But someone's gonna grab him in the first round, but no one's really going for goalies. And then as soon as like the next goalie goes, it's fucking on. You know, so I feel like that was the same with the Russians. People are feeling it out, a little nervous of maybe grabbing one. You see a Russian go, and then it's like, you know what? Maybe we should grab one of the Russians.
Well, that's the thing. If you see a couple other teams that are okay with it, and you're like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
We could pick this North American guy, but we think this Russian is actually a better player. Yeah. These other teams don't seem that worried about it. They're also picking Russian players. Mm-hmm. Let's pull the trigger and do it. I agree with you.
And you know what? He's going to be real comfortable in Washington. A lot of guys that he can communicate with, especially if he doesn't know the language yet.
Yeah.
A great stepping stone for him to get acclimated into the league once he joins.
No, absolutely. Yeah, good pickup in my opinion from the Washington Capitals.
Love the shaved fucking head though, man.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah.
Love it. All this flow, man. I lost my flow. All this the lack of flow. Fucking I'm all for this kid.
You're for the lack of flow.
I am now. Yeah.
Okay.
The flow is amazing. It's honestly just jealousy.
Right.
I lost it.
Fair enough.
But I love a kid at 18, 19 years old. That's just like, fuck it. I'm going buzz cut military.
Yeah. No, they're showing another picture of him on the screen here. And yeah, he looks like a freaking Russian Washington Capital. Like
he does, right?
It's so funny. He looks like he fits right in.
He's gonna fit in great.
Yeah.
Left wing, gonna get a lot of time, hopefully, with Ovi to kind of like anyone that can use Ovi as a mentor is a blessed opportunity.
I don't know how good he is.
Man.
I don't know how good he is as a mentor, but you also have Kuznetsov there that you could play, on the wing for, and that's another great center you could be playing with. Leadership, I don't know about Kuznetsov.
Hey man, just don't bring it out the country.
Yeah, exactly. If you keep it in the country, it's not that illegal.
It's a bit of a slap on the wrist. You'll still have a great season.
Yeah, at least you're not some WNBA player locked up in Russia. Anyways,
poor girl. Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tough mistake. All
right, folks, we got two more picks, and then we're gonna wrap it up here. I need to get dinner myself. Are we
taking the Hockey Trolls sponsored break? Or are we powering through it?
I think we could power through it. I think we could power through this one. We probably have like another 5-6 minutes to go before that Anaheim pick, and then we're gonna wrap it up here. I hope our Anaheim fans are still here because really we're staying till pick 22 for you guys. But thanks.
They logged off. They logged off at pepperoni nipple. Like
yeah, exactly. But yeah, huge shout out to everybody that's jumped in this live stream today. It's been a lot of fun. Jacob, Fagio, Lauren, all you people, Kevin, you guys have been awesome. Thanks so much for commenting in the live chat. Thanks so much for subscribing to our channel. We will have more watch alongs for the World Juniors. That's going to be another fun event this summer for hockey. So make sure you watch out for that. More watch-alongs coming from the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. The pick is in. Number 21 is in. Yeah, we're going to stick around for the Penguins pick. Why not? Where do you think they go? Defense, forward, or maybe a goaltender?
Well, they just kept their defenseman. We're still up in arms with if Malkin moves or not.
Yeah,
I'm thinking a forward.
Yeah, I'm thinking of forward. By the way, Brian Burke still has not tied his tie. Insane. The guy just keeps
Insane.
I mean, the Brian Burke doesn't give a shit. This guy runs the league. It's his world, and we're living in it. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do here. I mean, the Letang contract extension, that was a bold move in my opinion. And something else that's going to come out, I don't think Malkin is going to return to the Pittsburgh Penguins. I really don't. I think he's hitting the free agent market. The Penguins don't want to give him term, and that's what Malkin wants. So I think
honestly, seeing them, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yep.
But seeing them, use that to grab and solidify Letang coming back almost kind of puts the nail in the coffin for
it does.
Mr. Super League himself.
Yeah, I agree. All right, making the pick here. Gee, Brian Burke does not look like a happy camper right now. I just gotta say.
He's thinking about his book.
Oh, Chris Letang is making the pick.
Oh shit. Tanger. We were kind of expecting him, not expecting. We were kind of hoping we could grab him.
Owen Pickering.
The Pickering.
Going to
Pickles.
Pickles got picked. Mr. Pickering. Number 21 to the Pittsburgh Penguins. There you go. Owen Pickering. Let's take a look at this guy.
Well, look, while you take a look at him, I have to take a bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Benders will be
couple
back.
Beers in, too much watermelon.
There we go. All right, Benders will be back, folks. Let's take a quick look at Pickering here. Owen Pickering, the guy, he's a big guy. 6'5", 180 pounds. He's going to probably fill out a little bit more. Central Scouting had him ranked at number 15. Ends up going at 21. Big defenseman. I think that's a good pick by the Pittsburgh Penguins. And hey, are you surprised that Brian Burke picked a 6'5", almost 200-pound defenseman? I'm not surprised. And by the way, folks, while Benders is in the washroom, I'm going to give you this moment before we end the stream to sign up for DraftKings and use promo code THPN. It should be in the description here. Keep this channel alive. That's the only thing keeping this channel alive is people clicking on that link and entering promo code THPN when they sign up for DraftKings. If that doesn't happen, we might not be back next season to do more watch-alongs. So please, the one thing that we ask of you is please click on that DraftKings link. If you're of gambling age in your state or province, click on that DraftKings link, use the promo code THPN, and you will keep this channel alive, keep us going for the next hockey season and the World Juniors. Jacob saying it would be better if the World Juniors were before the draft, though. Lots of people saying it would be better if free agency was before the draft. So interesting one. Now joining us on an empty bladder is Bayou Benders. Benders, you're back.
Whew. I was dying.
I love it. Kevin saying staying here from beginning till the end. Kevin, absolute beauty. We have one more pick to go for us. We're done after Anaheim's pick. I'm getting sweaty. I'm getting tired. My voice is getting tired. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm damn.
I've ran out of goddamn Dasani water. We're running on fumes now, Benders. We really are.
Yeah.
Canada winning World Juniors. Absolutely. We will be doing watch-alongs for the World Juniors. So
don't get me started.
make sure you join us on that one. Why? What's up?
I don't know, man. Mason was talking all that shit 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, he was. Would be better. I brought up this one. Ironic that the first Russian gets picked by the team with the best Russians of all time. A second Russian in this draft. Second. Yeah. So if you look back up at pick number 10, the Anaheim Ducks also picked a Russian. Big W for us Manitobans. There you go. Currently dying in the Ducks jersey in sunny Southern California.
Dude,
hey, that is
that
commitment right there.
I know that life. Look, man, when I worked in New Orleans in the kitchen, Our kitchen was outside, so let's just get that straight, right? I parked my car, fucking walk up. I'd walk to work in a fucking hockey jersey because I just wanted to talk to people about hockey.
Yeah.
Fucking show up to this motherfucker, have to take the jersey off, fold it real nice, put it up, and then continue to suffer. I know the feeling of wearing a hockey jersey in nothing but heat. We don't have winter. We don't have fall here. Is just 86.
Right.
You know, it's
hey, that's commitment, man.
It gets cold like for 2 weeks here. And that's it. That's all we get.
Yeah, where it's kind of the opposite here. We're cold and wet for like 6 to 8 months of the year, but
we're just hot and wet.
Yeah, I will say that is commitment though. We're in the jersey. Yeah, in the summer, that is commitment. I love it. Lauren saying, "Come on, Ducks, let's nail this pick. You better nail it. It's our last pick. Better be a good one. Better see fireworks.
Call it in, Lauren.
Call it in, Lauren." And introducing to make the pick for the Anaheim Ducks is Lauren, California Pokemon Girl 623. That would be pretty incredible.
That's what's up. Love Pokemon.
Yeah. No. Hey, I'm big on Pokemon Go. I'm big on that.
Really? Dude, honestly, I think it was the weight thing. I was too fucking lazy.
I feel like I lost quite a bit of weight just playing the game. Like I did so much walking. It was incredible.
I just didn't want to fucking leave.
Fair enough.
I want to stay home. They're showing the Pittsburgh Penguins right now as they're saying the pick is in. Maybe there's a little bit of chatter. Oh, it's because they're bringing up what's his name, Pickering.
Right.
I was wondering. I was like, oh shit, we might get something as we leave. We're getting another big moment.
Kevin saying, give us Bruce Buffer for this pick announcement. Faggio saying Savoie, Geeky, Matchuk, Pickering, and the Jets get Rutger McGroarty, which is literally the best name ever. Yeah, I talked about this before. Rutger McGroarty is the best name ever. Close second, I will say, is Luca Del Bel Ballouz.
Mm-hmm.
Del Bel Ballouz. My God.
The fucking the play-by-play has got something going for them.
Yeah,
you know, they got a challenge ahead of
them. Pokemon is boring.
Oh, fucking hot take.
Hot take right there.
Hot takes out here, bud.
Hot take. All right, the Anaheim Ducks coming up for the last pick, Benders. This is our last one. It has been a fun draft. I'm glad absolutely. We did this watch along.
One of the funner ones as of late. And I honestly think it's because there was no real like outliers, you know. It was just kind of like they did say that this draft would be deep, you know. So
yep. Faggio saying start of the year, Lambert was projected a top 3 in the draft, but he might not even go in the first round now.
He's going 26 if no one grabs him.
Yeah.
26, Faggio.
Going to the Habs.
Oh, they're bringing up McTavish to make the selection. Look at this kid. He's massive.
Yeah. So who do they pick?
Gauthier.
There you go.
Wow. From Quebec.
Sharknado was back, was watching the actual draft. Nemec should have gone 5th, going 2nd. Yeah. Interesting 2nd overall pick there. But Benders, this has been a fun draft. Like I said, we're gonna wrap it up here. That Anaheim Ducks pick is done. I mean, we could keep going, but my God, I think we'd be doing a 4-hour stream if we finished off. And let's be honest, the late 20s picks, there's not as much interest as the earlier picks. So I'm happy we got to cover the draft with all you fine people. Benders, again, it was a pleasure watching you eat your watermelon. Pleasure talking some hockey. It was a good time, buddy. It was a good time.
I can't wait for the reprimand conference we have.
Hey, I'm all about it.
It was a blast.
The watermelon got comments rolling in, and that's all that matters. That's really all that matters.
Hey, man, whoever wants to pay me that $500, DM me on fucking Twitter. Let's get it rolling.
There you go. At Bayou Benders on Twitter. There you go, folks. All right.
I'll go get me a Slavkovsky jersey with it.
Yeah.
Fucking
exactly.
golden.
Yeah. All right. Benders, this has been fun. Any last comments you want to make before we wrap this up?
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing. It means the world to us. If you enjoyed listening to me, normally it's fucking Neil Villapiana because the kid's got stamina out of this fucking world to keep doing this. But if you've liked anything you've heard from my end, from a Southern perspective with no team, lover of the NHL in general, please give me a follow on Twitter at Bayou Benders. And if you like the Habs, man, please give us a follow and give us a listen on Habs Nightly.
There you have it, folks.
That's it, bud.
There you have it, Benders. It was an absolute pleasure. Yeah, maybe when the World Juniors come up, we can do like another live stream or something. It was a good time.
Got it.
Hope everybody enjoyed it. Lauren, Rainiel, Faggio, Kevin, Sharkenade. Lauren says, I will be leaving this live stream since the Ducks don't make any more picks. Well, we are finishing the live stream.
Thank you. Thank you for sticking around.
Exactly. We're done because the Ducks are done making their picks. Folks, it's been a fun one. It's been a fun draft. Make sure you check out the Hockey Podcast Network. We're out of here.